WIFTV PM.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Juke-a-thon day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You gotta
attack.
get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Well, every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
This is Monster Jam! See the legendary Gravedigger and more tear up the dirt with massive stunts, all-out racing, and crazy skills. It's adrenaline-charged fun for the whole family.
Let's hear it! Make some noise!
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Allstate Arena March 3rd through 5th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats at monsterjam.com.
You keep calling it. Give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a mill and you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the is you give now. Please don't back down on me. I know you've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. You know that I need that ease. Yeah. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying, you need all my love, it's never enough. Yeah. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That is, that is, that is. Put your pride aside for me. That is. While I'm trying to get it, that is. Need it. That is. Put your pride aside for me. Put it aside. 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 Put your pride You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love, love. Say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love, love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love, easy to love. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy. Easy to love, love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
WIFTV PM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. Broadcasting live once again from Obsidian. And we broadcasting live from Obsidian for not for the rest of the week, till we get back. Till Wednesday, Riis. Then we're going to be back at the studio. Which means tomorrow, I might have to get you to do the breakdown. And take it back and do the tear it down and set it up and get it back together. Make sure we ready to rock and roll on Wednesday. Because then on Wednesday, I got to hit it and I got to get down to Springfield. Got a lot of stuff going on. But look, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. It's the final countdown. For real, for real. For real. Like this time when we come in here tomorrow, they're going to be outside. They're going to be knocking on doors. They ain't going to be knocking on doors. They're probably going to be at the L stop. You know, they'll be 95th and Dan Ryan. You know, that's going to be the start. But I'm here to tell you, Riis, it is, it's, I'm about ready for it. We good? I'm about ready for you want to pull my microphone, huh? I'm about ready, man. I'm about ready for this thing. I'm ready to stop pontificating and get down to the nitty gritty. Because tomorrow we're going to know who the final two are in all of the races. Man, Riis, has been an action-packed weekend. There's been so much craziness going on. I've been getting all the shenanigans, been in my inbox. Like, why y'all be sending me up trying to get me to spread the room? Look, handle your own business. Do not have me out here Riis, why people be, you know when they be trying to get you to do it?
It was they tried to get real messy Saturday.
Riis? Shoot. Sunday they tried to get that you talking about the 21st ward?
Yeah.
That wasn't as shoot. You should have seen my inbox yesterday. Look, man, we gotta come up with a rule with these group texts, man. Like, no, real talk. This wasn't the king this time. But we gotta come up with a rule with these group texts. Like, Femo, you don't get to don't just put me in a group text with 20 people and y'all be talking about conspiracies. And look, Riis, you know how you go to a group text, there's 20 people in it. You open it up and you only got 3 names on the list and they talking crazy.
I just hate being in the group text and it start out green. I know it's bad from there. I can't leave it. Man. Like, can I just need an option on my iPhone? Only group text me only with iPhone.
Right. Can we block group text from?
Yeah.
Because
I'm stuck in that now.
Right. And then they look like yesterday. People was like, "Could you let us out?" They was like, "No." You go so no, I can't. You're not gonna stop.
Stuck,
I can't. Yeah. Then you try to silence the alerts, and then you always got a blue dot that you try not to find. Get me out, man. Androids. I wish God. You know what, Apple? We need y'all to make an app to be the Android banner, Android group text banner, or like an app to remove remove iPhones from group text.
Yeah, I'm stuck here, man.
And then they be typing the long text with 3 points. Then don't let it be somebody got a personal beef, so they call them back and forth and they hit. Look, man.
They be liking it. Now I got to ask you a message because you like the message. Get me out of here.
Man, that's right. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. DJ Riis the Ruler. You understand me, man. You understand me. So look, while we at this, let's do this. Let's say what's up to my man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler. How you feeling today, dog?
I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest, man. We back. It feel like we just was here.
We was.
It feel like
we was. And you got at least you got a day.
Yeah.
You got a day out of here, but you still had triple duty. So you had triple duty. I was a day up out of here, and then I came back yesterday to set the whole joint up. Riis, I must tell you, the way you packed the bag,
It was almost perfect. It was like, nah, straight up. Like, Swill be having me, and I was going to tell you, to show Swill how to do it in my text, but then I was thinking you might be like, if I show Swill, he going to be trying to show Swill how to do my job. I was like, nah, so look, man, yesterday I was coming in here prepared to be, and I'm not tripping on my man Big Swill. Yeah. But, obviously he he ain't got to put it together, so we got to teach him how to put it together because he'll put the box together a way different way. Man, I was like, this is the easiest reboot. I was in and out of here in like 20 minutes, man. So, like, whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, I feel like
as you pull it out, you can just connect it. It was just right to it. That's how we got to do it.
So, yeah, see, that's why we could do live broadcasts all over the place. If I got like a flight case, we could get one more of those speakers and some stands. We'll be off the chain.
Oh, yeah.
We'll hurt the town.
Sure don't need much.
Oh, no, we sure don't. We could pop up anywhere. You know what I'm saying? We could do it one mic in the table. You saw how we did it at the push breakfast. We made it happen. They was like, next time we go to the push breakfast, we taking them speakers.
Oh, man.
We gonna be like, oh, yeah. But they said we ran a joint. They said, like, man, we got a call posted. We actually ran a joint. So I'm gonna tell you. Oh, and if y'all are looking around at this viewpoint, we are actually Riis. We broadcasting live from the living room. This is the stage. This is where some of the best people in the whole entire world will be performing. I hear we got Riis coming. Not you, Riis.
Yeah, I know the other one that be calling. You talking about
No, Riis, the one that say that sing the stepper song.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of it now only because I told you about it. But anyway, look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host. Hold on, let me see. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Riis, it looks like we locked and loaded. I see my man, Big Swill, sitting in the he's sitting in first class. That's the first class seats, right? Like, that's first class. When people come in here, they always try to sit by the door. Right? Why black people always want to sit by the door so they can get out?
Get about it, the jam, bro, for real. You gotta know. You gotta have your back to the wall. You gotta see everything that's going on. And you gotta look at all the exits.
See, man, that's why we built this joint, man. So you ain't gotta do all that.
That's why you see real people only bag in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain people only bag in. Just like, I got to bag in. In case anything happen, I can get up out this. Man. So, yeah.
All right. Well, look, y'all, this is first class. This is the first class, right? This first class. This is the first class lounge area. So y'all looking at the stage, and maybe I'll let y'all get a peek of it one of these days, a little while later on the day. But look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. DJ Riis the Ruler. Let's get this bad boy up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. All right, y'all. Like I said, it's the final countdown. But Riis, this is what I don't understand. How we early vote and get the returns late. So they talking about we might not know who is going to the runoff till a week later. Now think about that. Think about if you are on pins and needles, you running for mayor of the city of Chicago, and you don't know if you make it. So you got to spend $100,000 a week, and then you find out. So it's going to be at least $100,000 to $200,000 a week getting spent on the runoff, right? So it's a 4-week sprint. Man, people going to be spending millions of dollars. But imagine if you go ahead and spend that first $100,000 to be on TV, and then you find out you ain't make it. That's crazy, right? So this early voting thing, I don't know that I like this. I don't know if I like this vote by mail. I'd rather just, like I said, make it a national holiday. Everybody take the day off. On voting day, you get an off day, except for if you work for me.
And you only get paid if you
vote.
You
have to give me an I voted sticker with a stamp. But man, Joe, I'm just saying, because everybody, it's gonna be 40 tomorrow too. People will be like, I went to vote, knowing dang on well they went to vote. They went down to the beach.
Nowadays people like to just post on their social media. So
right. Oh yeah.
I voted.
But I've been seeing some of y'all be like, let me get the whole roll. Like what you could do. I started to think about this one time. Like the roll was sitting on the table, and they let you self-serve. I started to take the roll and be like, let me just go outside and be like, man, you don't want to wait in that line. But I give you a sticker. $5. $5, you be straight on your social media. Everybody love you. Oh, you voted. You voted. My ancestors died for the rights. The other people be like, F your ancestors. You saw that tweet old boy said, wow, y'all ain't got no birthright here. We was here first. I'm gonna stop. Hey, did y'all hear me on the early in Tia show? Swill, guess where I was at yesterday? I went to 106. I went to Power yesterday for the first time in like 20 plus years. I was out there. It was like the same gate, same parking lot, same. But it was like they put some carpet and stuff in there. But it was interesting to be there. It was just weird to think like 20 years ago we started that joint, and you know, do they be sending us tickets? I feel like we should be getting tickets ever since you. Hey man, sorry, I'm gonna stop. Let me say this today, Riis. We're gonna keep the phone lines open. If you are a candidate for alderman, we are letting people drop in or call in. So if you are a candidate for alderman or a candidate for mayor, you can call in or drop in. Did y'all see the mayor was next door? Was you here when she was here? Did she come in? What you say? Did you go out there and look? Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk about that. You tell me about it a little bit later. But, yeah, I was looking at the pictures. I was like, the mayor was standing straight. She was shaking hands outside our door. Like, But you know you ain't got no membership, so you can't get in, Flash.
It's the mayor. The mayor can get in. This whole city.
Famo.
You decline the mayor. The mayor.
I'd be like, God, are you a member? You got a membership? You a member? Hey, you know it's clubs in Chicago where man, please. Please. All right. Actually, I get it. You think she'll try and come? She'll probably come in here and try and sit at my table too.
She wants her chair.
Her feet. Well, let me stop. I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna tell a joke, but I won't. Have you early voted yet? Did y'all go vote? If y'all have early voted, I want to know who's the early voters out there. So if you early voted, give us a call too. I'm going to be opening up the phone lines. Riis, make sure that line is open now because we want to call. I'm talking to everybody all day long today. So if you want to give us a call, 872-259-7474. Did you see they said that there is the intelligence report, some intelligence report with low confidence that the COVID came from a Chinese lab. Department of Energy. Hey, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't going to go there because I don't want no letters. Big weekend for the Jackson Steele family. Shout out to my beautiful, lovely wife who got the Black History Makers Award in the Southland. Shout out to Maze Jackson. Shout out to Kiana Barber and the whole What's the Business WDB marketing company. Y'all, they threw a gala that was off the chisane. Hey, Riis, you know me and the mayor got an award at the same time.
At the same event?
Same event. They had to keep up. They had to space us out.
Oh, man.
It was funny because it was like they was like you know, I came in, I sat down at the table, and so they had to move let me stop. Anyway, just know that the mayor and me had to get an award at the same time.
Did you have a picture together like a?
Hell no.
Oh, man.
It was. So they made her go. She went 2 before me, but they spaced it out. But it was like, you know, like her table was. You know how you be in a direct line of sight, and she was in my direct line of sight. So you know they kept trying to block it. Like somebody come stand there. So it was funny though, Riis. But shout out to Kiana Barber and the whole WDB marketing. Shout out to my beautiful, lovely wife who did double duty, ran out, got her award, and then jetted back downtown to Soldier Field to be with me to accept my award. Shout out to my homie Vince Bass who brought me to the stage. They kind of surprised me, man. I was a little.
Yeah, I know. So we have a. Well, you ain't gonna say, but
I got a secret group chat.
You know.
How y'all got a secret group chat? Y'all don't be. I introduced all y'all. See, this is the problem, though. I'm gonna tell y'all that's part of the problem. Hey, Cassandra, I see you in there. So that's part of the problem. I'm gonna tell you the secret group chats. That's. I be like, how y'all got a secret group chat? I introduced all y'all.
Yeah, I knew.
Y'all know each other because of me. How y'all got a damn secret group? Okay.
I think I knew that day before or something. We already knew. They was like, we couldn't tell you. You ain't even know.
That's all right, y'all. I see y'all. That's all right. So it was dope for both my wife and me to receive awards on the same night. Shout out to the Southland that gave her. And, let me just say this, because I saw Bueller was like, what's the big deal with all these galas and all of these awards when the city's not in a good space? I would just say this, and I obviously I feel a little pricked by that post, being a person who was a recipient of a award this weekend. I think that every day there are people who are out doing work that goes unnoticed or unrecognized, or because we don't know them, we don't know their stories. But the awards typically seek to, acknowledge. Riis, I feel like this is a thankless job, right? Sometimes I come in here and I be like, dang, I got to pay the bills. And I'll be like, oh, why am I doing this? And every day somebody say, don't stop. Don't quit. Keep going. Don't stop. Quit. Don't quit. Keep going. And so every once in a while, people need inspiration. When you're working and you're toiling and you don't necessarily see the benefit, it is nice for someone to say, hey, I see you, right? Like the millennials be like, I want to be seen. And I know that, and let me say that I make a big chunk of what I do is being critical of people. But I also think that there is a time to recognize, and I know everybody is not going to solve all the world's problems. But, there are people who do kitchens every day. What you call it, Riis? Like, think about your grandmama who brought in all the kids all the time, right? Like, somewhere in the world, as she's bringing in all those kids and putting them on a path, maybe everybody in the whole world don't know about it, but somebody does. And somebody say, Miss Riis, grandmama, thank you for what you did, right? And I do think I felt a little pricked by the post. I'm gonna be honest, because I did an award ceremony this year where I gave away awards, and then I received a legacy award. And I must tell you that as I prepared to exit the show, it did feel good to know that someone gave a hell that the work that we have exists. And I would just tell you that before we started this, people we couldn't get them to say black. Then remember, we would make people say black, and now it was before the ADOS and all of that good stuff. So let people have their flowers. You know what I'm saying? It's like we be happy when you have a moment and somebody celebrates you. I guess we could let everybody have it. But what I'm saying, Bueller, I don't mess with you anyway because you said the Alphas was the best anyway. So I should have expected as much. Right. But I did feel a little pricked by that post. Sometimes people like, if hit dogs holler, well, damn it, out roof. I got an award and I gave an award this year.
It's good to be recognized. Yeah, recognized for your hard work. Sometimes it's just a simple thank you can be the best, returning gift.
Hey, exactly. That's why I took time out of my day to cut and paste a message to you from one of the listeners who was like, tell Riis I went to both fields and it was good. That was Angela Kilpatrick.
Thank you.
Right? See what I'm saying? Like, it's good to know that somebody out there is listening to you, right? That somebody out there took the time to, be like, okay, so, you know what I'm saying? I did feel a kind of way about that post. That's all right. I'm going to have to cancel Bueller's favorite listener award.
See, you had a lot of suspensions and stuff this weekend, man. They was acting up.
You know what? You know what?
It's the weather, man.
Oh, my God. Look, man, what's in it for the black people could have been a TV commercial on New York. Man, black people get different when white people get around. I got it.
You know that already.
Black people get different when white people get around. Black people get different when white people come around. And that's why we're going to talk. I can't wait for the social media question of the day. Because, boy, I got, you know what? Let me see what else. Oh, David Moore, birthday party. Crack-a-lacking. They was in here cracking for David Moore birthday party. And DJ Chud, he has the videos going. So David Moore was in here, man. And then don't forget Friday and Saturday, Obsidian open house We are having open house on Friday and Saturday after work and during the day on Saturday. Open house if you'd like to learn more about Obsidian, become a member, find out what it's all about. Stay tuned for the details on how you can check out the open house this weekend. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. We'll be back after these messages. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
We can count on Paul Vallis. When Paul Vallis was CEO of Chicago Public Schools, he revitalized our neighborhood schools. No one delivered more for our underserved young people than Paul Vallis. As mayor, Paul Vallis will ensure that communities long neglected get a fair share of city investment, attracting the grocery stores we need, improving sanitation, and other city services in our neighborhoods. Vote Paul Vallis, a mayor for all of us. Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. The violence in Chicago must stop. Willie Wilson pledges real action to do that. A revised police structure, 4 superintendents, more accessible to their neighborhoods, providing faster communication and concentration of resources. Willie Wilson pledges more integrated police patrols to increase community, confidence, and cooperation. Willie Wilson's pledge will make Chicago safer. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
With a longtime 34th Ward turning into the 21st Ward, there's only one clear choice for your next alderman of the 21st Ward, Cornell Dantzler. If you live in the 34th Ward, which is now the 21st Ward, vote for Cornell Dantzler in the upcoming election to represent your ward as alderman.
We will work together as a family and as a team so that we can make the 21st Ward one of the best wards in the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dantzler.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion have to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, shall not want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:40 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. As we have with the sports, college ball men, Wildcats lose to Maryland 75-59. Atlanta also loses 60-72 against the Buckeyes. Interstate battle as Southern Illinois beats UIC in a close one, 68-65. Illinois State beats Eversonville 72-53. And women, Notre Dame Lady will beat Louisville 68-65. Illini Ladies win 75-53 against the Rutgers. Chicago State beats Hartford 75-62. Northwestern loses 80-64 against Nebraska. Purdue loses 77-69 against Minnesota. The Chicago Bulls taking on the Nation Capitals as DeRozan and Levine will combine for 56 as they win their second one in a row. Let's head over the traffic down on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop will be 26 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 20 on the Edens. From Deerfield to the Exchange and back will be 30 minutes. Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 31 minutes, 27 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 40 minutes. Outbound will be 35. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 37 minutes, 31 minutes to I-80. While the Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson, 8 minutes, Jackson to 55th, 10, and 8 minutes on the north side. Today's weather, it is currently 42 and thunderstorming. Today will be a high of 56 with a low of 37. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Monday. Welcome back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
To the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, to oh God.
it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. You got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos, and we are back in the building, back on the map, y'all, broadcasting live from Obsidian. We are in the living room. Y'all looking back in the background, that's the living room. See? You heard of the tiny desk, right? Well, instead of the tiny desk, we in the living room. We gonna get it in. Y'all come check us out. That's right. We got an open house this Friday and Saturday. Stay tuned. Be on the lookout for details. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. And Riis, you know what time it is. This time every day that we say what's up to everybody from WBGX, 1570 a.m. That's right. The Saints join us every day from 6:30 to 8 on 1570 a.m. WBGX. The Big Gospel Express. You can give us a call, 872-259-7474. Let me tell you. The Big Gospel Express, or you can check us out on the TuneIn app like Big John Austin and Sister Zakia. Go to your app store, your Google Play Store, you download the TuneIn app, hit the button, download it, and then put in 1570 a.m. WBGX, and you can check us out. Now, if you are one of the sinners or early rising saints, you can join us every day at 6 and stay till 9. That's right, 6 to 9 every day, Monday through Friday on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All right. Now, this is the part I know everybody can't wait for. Because y'all know y'all love my singing. Y'all know y'all love the remix of the birthday song. So, I try to make sure that we say happy birthday to everybody. I try to make sure that we say happy birthday to everybody. Because, people don't want to tell you it's your birthday. They just expect you to know. And they want you to say happy birthday to me. And if you don't say happy birthday, they be pouting. So I decided that every day I'm going to start to say happy birthday to people if I can. If I got your name on my list, if you want it on the list, send me a note. Hit me on the inbox or go to the Maze Jackson page. Leave us a note and we'll try and get you added to the birthday list. Then at 6:30 you could tell people to tune in and they can hear them. They can hear my very special rendition of the birthday song. So let me start by saying happy birthday to Isaiah freaking Zeke Lockhart. Shout out to Zeke the Freak. Number 6. One of my frat brothers from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Shout out to Eastside and Darkside. Happy birthday, freaking Zeke. Shout out to Tom Jackson, no relation. He is 54 years old. Cindy Patterson Armstrong, she turned 60. Mutweet Lawal. Davy Crockett. William R. Riley. Shout out to Big Will Riley. You know my man. He one of my campaign specialists extraordinaire. And Miss Crystal Travis, all the way from the crib. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show where we want to sing happy birthday to you. You ready? Happy birthday. 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 Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's a sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right, DJ Riis the ruler. It's the birthday song. I know y'all gonna miss when I sing happy birthday to y'all. Because that's the jam. You like the remix? It is the birthday jam remix. All right, y'all.
Intro today to it.
Happy birthday.
Man, you peep that. You got the intro. You slid in there today.
See, I try to sometimes get it a little bit. You had me straight today, DJ Riis the ruler. I'm okay with that. It was the birthday song. Happy birthday You know, I always wanted to do the part at the end where it'd be like, amen. You remember on the cartoons, they used to be like, amen anymore. Then you can't sing the hot chew part in this happy birthday version.
Oh, yeah.
I want all my happy birthday. May the good Lord bless you. Hot chew. How old are you? What's the other verse? It's another verse in there. I don't know, but it's okay. You all feel happy? Did y'all get y'all birthday in? I hope y'all rocked out with me on the happy birthday. All right, y'all. And you know what? I know the shorties don't have a birthday page, but if you know the shorties that be in the car and they going to sing their birthday, just send it to me. I'll get them in there. We'll make it happen for them because I know there's some shorties on the way. All right, Riis. When I go to these events, I always leave with questions. So this weekend, I received the Legacy Award. And Riis, I took with me one of my clients. Client happens to be a white guy. Went with me to the event. And a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but quite a few people recognized him from the other event that we did. Then, Riis, there were some people that I was introducing him to. And Riis, I noticed something that was very odd to me. Not odd to me. It's actually become very common to me, and I wonder, how do we get it fixed? Riis, hit the button. Well, in the meantime, so I went to an event. I'm walking around with my client. You know, it's people shouting out to me, and it's like I have a client, and, you know, I'm one of the people that, like, honestly, part of my problem is I share too much, right? Like, if I got something, I tell you about it, or if I think there's an opportunity, I really am not, I really try to connect dots a lot. And so I'm always like, oh, you do this. Let me introduce you to this person. Oh, you do this. Let me introduce you to this person. And in the introduction to people, it's often like, I want you to know about the opportunity, and then we can circle back and put it together. But Riis, hit the button if you got it.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
What are the rules of black business etiquette? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Riis, so I was at the event this weekend, and I introduced my client to a variety of people, right? Like, as I'm going through, I'm like, yo, meet my guy. He does blah, 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 XYZ, ABC. And when you find out what he does, it's pretty impressive, right? I mean, he got some billions under. But Riis, he intentionally doesn't carry business cards. He intentionally does not carry business cards, especially at events like that, because he says, I am here. This is your city. I am here because of you. If I am going to meet people when I am with you, then you are to facilitate that relationship, right? Makes kind of common sense. Or am I crazy? He says, like, okay, we go into the event, introduce me to everybody. If it's a good idea, I'll tell you I want to meet with that person. If it's somebody that you think I should meet with, then I'll meet with them. But I'm not going to go around you by anybody that you've introduced me to, right? If you introduce me to these people at this event, everybody is going to say, take my card, give me, and I'll just say, hey, holla back at Maze, and, you know, we'll put it together. So what I don't understand is if the person tells you that, and if I introduce you to my client, is it right for you to try and go to them outside of me? Am I wrong for being like, fam, the man just told you, holla at me. I walk away to go get a drink, and you back in the corner trying to like take out your phone. And you know you got the white guy, and he like, damn, you want me to take it? Take out your phone. Put my number in your phone right now, right? And I'm coming back. I'm like, fam, he wouldn't even know you from Adam. I just introduced y'all. He said, holla at me. I told him to meet you. You say, then when I say, fam, so that's because you know me, right? You know I'm gonna say something. I'm be like, so you just gonna, man, I just told him to take my number. Do you think he's gonna remember it? Like, how many phone numbers you got in your phone that you don't even remember is in the phone? But the man is standing there like, okay, like, I walked away. And you imagine, the brothers walk up on you and be like, hey, man, take your phone out. I see Maze going away. He did, take your phone out. So now he got his phone out, and he looking at me like, then he says, Maze, well, I don't understand your friends. Are these people really your friends? Because if they're your friends and I told them to talk to you, why wouldn't they just talk to you to get the thing? Now, the problem is they know what they done did, right? Or they know what they done said. And so, they be looking like, when he say, talk to Maze, I be like, yep, talk to me. Because he just told you and then you went around. Am I wrong for being bothered that people would approach your client without you knowing that the client, you introduced them to the client? Is that wrong? Am I crazy? Because I am very much like, I'll introduce you, but recognize where the plug is. I would not go to someone else's client and try and facilitate another relationship if you introduce me. Are you supposed to come back, or do you feel like you shoot your shot? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Shoot your shot. You got a man that's got $1 billion in the room. He say, holla at your man. He say, holla at your guy who introduced me. Do you go? Do you take the shot anyway and say, I could get around him? Because then again, am I going to be wrong, Riis, for being like, oh, you shot your shot when he told you to holla at me and you went around me and I walked away and now you back here got his phone out? Now, am I supposed to follow up now? Am I wrong for being like, oh, so you tried to go around by yourself. How did it work? I don't understand. Am I crazy for this? Am I crazy to think that if I introduce you to somebody, if you try to do business with them, you should holler at me first?
It's the middleman aspect of today's world. You know what I'm saying?
Explain.
To get to the direct connect. So, it's like I'm trying to do biz. So I get what you're saying, but I'm telling you what people did think of it. So it's like a middleman complex. So I want to do business with him, I gotta contact him. So, all right, I can contact him. I'm probably gonna let him know after, but like I'm trying to reach him. So
you didn't even know him, though.
I did not know him.
You did not know him until I just said to
Correct.
you 2 seconds ago,
Correct.
This is such and such and such.
Correct. So now we know we talking, oh, okay, well, it seems like there can be something that me and you can do together. So I need to collab. See, when he said reach back to the person, that right there. But like usually, so if he didn't say that, it's kind of like a middleman complex. Like everybody really hates the middleman because they understand that it's gonna be an extra cut for the middleman. So they trying to go straight to the source. So you like, hey man, you took me to the source. I'm gonna try to go to the source. So that's what it really is. It's like, come on, man. Like we all understand we really hate, like a middleman. So that's what people feel like in today's world. Like it's a middleman aspect.
So I would feel like, so it's interesting that so I would say like, I would think of it as, there's different cities. This dude comes in once every 3 months and says, okay, what am I doing? What should I do? Where are the places? Who are the people I should meet? right? And so if you then say, I'm going to go around you, so that's interesting to me. So how do people make money?
See, the only issue is when he said to go through. So after he said to go through, then that's what he should have did. He should have went through you.
That's what I'm saying.
Build a relationship then, but build a relationship, and then I guess I don't know, but yeah, the majority of people really hate going through the middleman.
That's interesting because it's funny. It's like there's always a middleman, realistically, right? Like, so he is the liaison. He's the liaison to the billionaire, right? So he's the middleman to get to the billionaire, and then let's say it's all chains, right? And so that's so what I loved about, what's crazy about, well, not loved, but what was wonderful about my client was every person that did that, he was like, we're definitely not messing with them. We're definitely, because they would do the same thing to him. If his boss came to town, they'd be like, oh, you ain't the man. But even though I facilitated your relationship. So that's interesting too, y'all. I think that is a violation of business ethic. Right. Like, I feel like you should always remember how you got to the table. And I think so many times people be like, they don't ever want to remember how they got getting to the table. It's the whole, I think that there is we hate the middle around the person that puts the deal together. They're usually doing multiple deals, so they're going to avoid you every single time, right? Like, if I say, man, I put you on to something that you made $100,000 for, and you don't call me back and be like, hey, man, let me hit you a 10, right? You put this deal together, and you don't see it. Guess what I'm not going to do? Ever, when it's another $10,000 opportunity or $100,000, I'm just never going to call you. And it seems to me like we don't understand that the business is an exchange all the way around. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We're going to take a quick break. Then we got phone calls. We got people coming in. I think Cassandra Matz is already in the building. I know Kris Levy is going to be here. Shoot, we might take Cassandra early since we're on the radio anyway. So look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, no business etiquette calls? Cut out the middleman. Y'all say cut out the middleman. See, that's so crazy.
No, not really. It's not a cut them out. It's not a cut them out. I do believe that the middleman should get something blessed on the first deal. And then any connections after that, they should always get broke out. But I'm just trying to tell you that most people want to avoid that. That's a cut. That's a cut. Most people want to avoid.
And that's like I always say, like, you could have it when I tell you it's $100,000 deal, and nobody. That's why you got to take your cut off the top. And I also think that it's residual. I believe in residual. So it's like, fam, if I get you a 20-year deal, right? I want points on the 20-year deal.
So you get 20 years, let's say every 20 years you get $1 million on the deal.
I want mine every year. I want mine every year. Okay, so then guess what? I'm going to find someone that says it's worth it for me to make $900,000 a year and to pay you $100,000.
Yeah, I'm just that. Yeah, I was just that. I'm just saying in the world that I grew up in, that those people are pretty rare to find.
And I would say that, the challenge becomes that's really why our ecosystem gets broken, because everybody thinks that they are the only person that deserves to eat. And I often think the more you share, then the more pieces that you got coming in. But if I'm in a room where you're never, ever going to be in a room of this caliber, and it's like you might get in once, but do you want repetitive business or do you want the one-time business? And I think oftentimes we make the short-term gain and say, man, F that new.
Yeah, I'm so used to people operating under that I wouldn't even
and that's why
I wouldn't expect it, wasn't surprised. I wouldn't even get my hopes up for repetitive. I'd be like,
And I would say that I wouldn't facilitate the and I guess that's the difference, right? Like I wouldn't if we're gonna have an inequitable relationship where you get all the wins, even though I put the deal together, right? It's like then I'm just not. You ain't the person that we gonna hook the deal up with. That's all. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I just think we gotta get an ecosystem. Like when I see the white guys, they be like everybody gotta eat. Like we all in the deal all the way. Let's go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Brother Mays. Good morning, Brother Riis. How are you both today?
All right. Who this, caller?
Good morning, Brother Mays. Good morning, Brother Riis. This is Mario Kuntz. How you doing?
What up, Mario? How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm feeling great. How about you?
Great.
I hope you had a good weekend.
I did. How about you?
Good to hear. Well, listen, this topic is near and dear to my heart. So I do happen to be a business owner, and when it comes to establishing those relationships, I think it's very short-sighted to go around someone that might introduce you to a contact, because that you run the risk of sabotaging that relationship, and who knows what other contacts could come down the road just based off of the fact that you treated that person well. There's no harm in letting someone know, listen, this person may be interested in the services I offer, the products I produce. I appreciate the contact. I'm gonna send them an email Monday morning. Like I said, this is really going to be beneficial to me, I think, and I just appreciate you for what you did. There's no harm in that.
I agree. I think it also is how you get repeat business. It's also the basis of a sales team, right? Like a sales team is usually, look, I get a piece of the deal and they bring in a bunch of money. So like if you look at the radio stations, et cetera, or anybody that has sales, if you put together a big deal, you getting some residual income from it, or you getting a lump sum payment that qualifies you across the perpetuity of the deal. That's why you got a real estate agent. Thanks, Mario. I appreciate you, man. Hey, man, you got to come on back down here, man. I'm still using my lighter, too. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
I'm glad you are. Good. Enjoy your day. I'm looking forward to being back down there with you.
I appreciate you, brother. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show.
One question. Yeah. So now, somebody else
on the line?
No. So they just calling in now.
Okay.
They calling in. So I just say, what happened if you get a deal out another deal from that deal? Is that also a residual?
I feel like, no, I don't think that would be residual.
Okay.
I think you do come to me and you say, man, I just came up off this connect that you gave me continues to reap benefit for it. Mm-hmm. Continues to reap benefits. The direct connect is one. The other one is it becomes not generosity, but it becomes an incentive for me to find other opportunities for you, right? So if you come to me and you say, hey, man, I hooked you up with deal one, right? And you straight. Then that deal, and it goes on, and we got a relationship. And then from that, it springs another deal, and then you roll up on me and be like, man, I just made 100. Here go 10 racks. I'm going to be like, damn, Riis, shoot, let me find you another. Let me see who else I know that's doing something.
Yeah. Put me in a room with them people. I don't know. And a lot of people, I'm not saying that is not people out there. I just know that the majority of people, don't really think like that.
I think the majority of people of a certain economic status don't think like that. I think the people that who have achieved understand that if everybody eats, everybody continues to eat. I think a lot of times when you operate from subsistence, it's like when I cut $100,000 deal, right, and you say I'm your manager and you got to give me $20,000 because I got 20% cut. It sound dope until the $100,000 come, and then you got to cut me 20. You be like, "What you do for the 20?" I just made you 100 though, right? But it's when you had zero. Yeah. And I make you 100, and you saying, "Dag, I got 800,000." Now you looking at my 20,000 to be like, "Man, what I got to give you?" And then you start looking around.
Yeah, and then they start thinking like, "What you really doing?" And that's what I was saying. Like, that's just how, I guess I don't never really put it past people. So I guess I'm always looking at at the, you know what I'm saying, negative end first, but most people be like,
it's not fake kicking it.
They be like, man, you know, I did all the work. I did this, so I guess I'm used to just expecting, like I don't expect that type of etiquette from people really.
And I think it tells the tale of why we're in the state of business that we are in our ecosystem. Did we say we had another caller?
Yep.
Let me take that call. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. What is that part of black business etiquette? Talk to me about black business etiquette in general, and should you hit people who help you out, who help you make money? What's up, caller?
Good morning, Maze, and congratulations.
Thank you. What's up, Miko? How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. Now, see that conversation? That's why you got to listen to people and have basic conversations with them to give you the outlook on what their true character is about. They don't even think about it. Just call that a marketing tax. You know, why wouldn't you reciprocate? I mean, like, why wouldn't you? That's why I hate when people call me about, can you do this? Can you do that? Or can you hook me up? I'm like, I be holding the phone like, you do know I have a business doing this, right? So you want me to pretty much give you my service, people, but you don't expect to send you get what I'm going to, and they're going to charge you. They're not going to charge you top, billing or what, top,
price.
Top, what do you call it? Top price for what they're doing for you, because I'm telling you, Tim, that you're a personal friend of mine, or you kin to me, and I just be looking at the phone like, oh, okay, yeah, that's why I'm not gonna never mess with you. Like, seriously, on no other level, I'm not gonna mess with you, because you don't know how to pretty much reciprocate. Like, that business etiquette is you're supposed to take care of those who take care of you.
Reciprocity.
Just as simple as that. And that's why you have to have basic conversations with people just about anything. It'll give you insight to their true character. And people don't know how to have nothing because they don't know how to share.
And let me take that from right there. I don't know if it's character or if it's learned lesson, right? And I would say I wouldn't put it on character. I would say that if you come from subsistence, right, it's like you're trying to keep everything, right? But if you start to do abundance, then you recognize that the more you spread money out, the more it comes back and the more people come look for you and look for opportunities. Because if I win, you win. And it's not greed. It's not greed. It's not fake kicking it. It is, I facilitate relationships that you would never have, right? And if you ain't gonna never have that relationship, you might, or it might take you 10 years to build it, right? And there's a fee for that. It's usually called sales, but we don't see it as sales. We be like, yo, homie, let me get you should just do this for me. But there's something that comes from it. Is there anybody else that they hung up?
No, but that's it. But like you just said, we said black etiquette. It's just what we used to. The majority. We ain't saying like like we understand real business etiquette. But we just talking about how we really, as black people, how we really do business, and that is the majority of business, black people. But like you said, sometimes it is lack of having. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have it, and now you can you can get it. Afraid of losing it, never getting it again.
So it's the funny thing is, so the doing it naturally is introducing you and saying, hey man, this person has a such and such. This is somebody that should be on your radar. Not walking through and saying nobody know who this is. Right? It's saying, hey, this person. So when we do circle back, that there's an opportunity. I just think that we operate in get over mode. Like, we take advantage instead of taking opportunity. Right? Like, I feel like people look at you, if they look at kindness kind of as a weakness, if that makes sense. Or they look like I feel like everybody is trying to get over. If they think they can get over on you a lot of times, they will attempt to. I think that's a subsistence mentality. Whereas I say if we all eat and you lifting your load or you doing your thing, then I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to plug with you because we do things together, and when we all practice our expertise, then we all eat. So I don't say to Like if you got a construction company, you say you the general contractor, you the carpenter, you the such and such, you the such and such. All of y'all expect to eat together, and I just don't think.
But the crazy, they don't see black people don't think it's nothing. You see, what that person that did try to get it is probably that's how it's used to doing business. To think about how long we probably really been doing business, really in the world, with people. So they don't really have, like we really don't have the type of, I don't know, like I won't say it like that to make us sound like we can't do business. It's just like the way that we usually used to doing business. So, I just think that we probably just need to be taught, or some people need to be understanding. But I really do think that the majority of it be there, lack thereof. If I never had it, I can get it. Man, I don't want to lose it.
But that's
like man, I gotta give you 100,000. You be
man, you made $1 million.
Yeah, man, yeah. But I'm telling you that
when was you gonna make $1 million before?
People,
in 20 years, you gonna make $1 million tomorrow. And you gonna make $1 million in the next month, and your $1 million in this annual billing, and you ain't made $1 million ever. Yeah. Matter of fact, you ain't even broke 100,000.
Yeah.
And now you looking at you looking at my 100,000.
Then they be like, I can't give you 100,000 this shit. Then the next year roll around, you want another? Let me tell you that.
Here go my list.
I want to see that.
Then guess what I would say?
I would be ready for a black. Like I'm already ready for a black person to say something. Like I'm already know it because I'm just used to. That's how I'm used to business with black people.
So this how I see it.
Like
I see it like you ever been at a contract and you been on the last month and you waiting on renewal. So you don't want to. So you hesitated on my first 100, and now we got a renewal. Okay. Oh no, wait. Why? See what it's like. Wait the first 2 months, and when you was used to getting 100,000 a month, and you ain't getting that 100,000, then you be like, dang.
See, and especially if it's they only gig now, like,
or if it's they only gig of that stature, because you got some $20 a month clients.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I said. But if they got like another person, like if they get it put on and like now, it don't hurt them. But if that's their only gig and their only source of income too, ooh, yeah, you want 10% and God want 10%.
God gonna renew your contract. God going in there to talk to us.
This? I'm down $200K already. I gotta get a loan $100K.
It's funny. It's funny because Junior said, "How about a steak dinner?" But can I say something? Here goes the funny point. A lot of people would trip on you for even thinking you should get the steak dinner. That's my point. Like, my point is, it don't even cross your mind. Forget the number. The fact that you don't feel like there is some level of reciprocity, right? Like, if I got it, I'm going to do it. But, like, if you got extra, if you made, I would tell you that most people ain't going to even say it's a steak dinner.
I hear you. I'm telling you. I'm with you. I hear you. As a man that has been the middleman a lot, trust me, I hear you. I'm just telling you, as a man that's been a middleman, it's been some time. That's why I'm telling you. I'd be like,
I would call it the connect. I wouldn't call it the middleman. I would call it the connect.
I mean, connect. It's like the same thing. I'm the connect. I'm in the middle. I connect y'all too. So
you can't work with the cartel if you ain't got no connect.
So I'm so used to dealing with black people, and the majority of the time, it go left. Like I already have my expectations, so I try to, like you said earlier, I try to get as much as I can up front. So in the back end, when you do me wrong, I already be like, you know what, I'm glad I made sure I got mine up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm expected. Because I'm looking like, man.
And thus is why the ecosystem is busted. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Is it a caller? What's the caller's name?
We got two. They calling in now.
Give us a call. Well, I want to make sure it's not the young man that's calling in. I got supposed to have a 715.
What they end with?
I'm not. Just go take it. We'll take it. And if it's him, we'll just tell me how to go. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. You supposed to, if somebody plug you supposed to take care of them? What's up, caller?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
What up, James?
Thanks for taking my call, good brother. What's up, good brother?
Oh, good, brother. It's good to hear from you. What's going on?
I just want to say some people are just used to working and they don't understand business. I got to admit, I don't understand either. But I've seen how people, like in Melrose Park, how the Italians operate. Italian guy, he helped another Italian guy start a trucking company, and he was manufacturing some stuff, you know, and they had that relationship. You know, some people don't understand in business, you have to establish relationships. I wish when I was younger, I had gone to and taken business classes so that I can understand business better. You know, so basically what I'm saying is that when people don't understand business and all they know how to do is work, they don't understand how things operate. You know, you need to know that you need relationships and you need to move things around, you know, and you may have to also help someone establish another business. You know, like I said, this guy, he helped these guys establish a trucking company. You know, he had a warehouse, and he's doing other things, you know, multiple things, you know, and you have to establish relationships with business. And people don't understand that. I really don't understand that. I wish I had taken business classes. I know I'm repeating myself. And these things should be repeated. And we should teach our children, go to business school. You know, take business classes so you start understanding these things. All right, that's all I want to say.
Thanks, James. I think one of the things people don't recognize in business is that the people do repeat business with people that help them get money. Right? Like, I do repeat business with the people who understand that we both in business. Let's go. Go ahead, Riis. You want to say something?
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with what James said. I believe that we should teach our, children business at an early age. We really don't know how to play, do business.
I'm just listening to y'all, and I'm just saying, like,
first business be with the weed, man.
I mean, I agree.
We meet some people
and
first.
I think
black people meet with the weed.
No, I do think that I think the drug business does shape our idea of business, right? And so you take the dope man business mentality, which ain't nobody. I gotta squeeze it. I gotta And I do think, but again, some of the same principles. You got to remember who your connect is. You know, in the game, if you shoot the connect, you might not be able to get back.
But how many times you done with somebody be like, hey man, I got the homie that got it. How many times you done end up getting straight to the person and you be like, oh, I can just go shot with him now. Like a lot of people once they get to the connect. So that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of our business minds don't be molded. We don't do transactions, like at an early age. We don't understand business. And sometimes our first interaction with business be the wrong type of business.
I just think that, again, I'm not debating you. I think that's probably where we learn our etiquette from. Who is that caller? Call you on the Maze Jackson show. Black business etiquette.
Yo, what up?
What up, Devo? Talk to me, man. How you feeling, Mr. Presidente?
Hey, I'm doing great. Hey, bro, definitely good morning to the family. Great event at Obsidian on Friday with David Moore. That was a ball, bro. Hey, dog. Hey, man. Hey, bro. That was cracking. But to this right here, this is a very good conversation. It ain't even really about the business. Because like Maze, like you just touched on, if you're Gen X, millennials, your only business experience is through the dope game, period. So you can't, it's etiquette because it's disrespectful, because it's intentional disrespect. And that, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that. So you can't spin it like, oh, it's business. No, you disrespectful because you see how the middleman is moving. It's different if the middleman if you can like cross them out. But that's taking it way something else. But no, man, it's wrong. It's bogus. And that's just how people learn because they disrespectful. It's a value thing. It is a character thing. It's a value thing because you know your role. If you're intelligent and you're aware, you know you do the 48 law. You know, like you're perceptive of how everything come across. So it's just bogus, man. It's just bogus.
Thanks, Devil. I appreciate you. Anybody else on the line? All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the ruling the ones and twos. Let me say this, because I do think that oftentimes we learn business wrong. Or let me not say learn business wrong. Let me tell you about my experience. My experience is you roll with the people who got you there, right? If you roll with the people who got you there, then they had your best intent when you got to the space. And recognize that it's not fair for you to win and nobody else to win, right? And it's like my job is a facilitator. My job is to connect the dots. My job is to bring people who you would not ordinarily meet or know or have the potential to take you to a place where you've never been. I do think it's unfortunate that we operate from the perspective because it makes us always have to go find a white guy or go find a Latino guy or find somebody else because in the process your brother think you supposed to do it for free while everybody else is like, we all got to win in this situation. And I think that's part of the lack of an ecosystem that we have. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the ruler in the building. I think I'm supposed to be talking to somebody at 7:15 on the line. If not, let's just bring Cassandra in and we can have a great conversation with her because she is running in Olympia Fields for a village trustee. You know her, Miss Cassandra Matz. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
This is Monster Jam! See the legendary Gravedigger and more tear up the dirt with massive stunts, all-out racing, and crazy skills. It's adrenaline-charged fun for the whole family.
Let's hear it! Make some noise!
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Allstate Arena March 3rd through 5th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats at monsterjam.com.
Life is a marathon, a maze of magic and mystery. On our quest to make our mark on history, we're sometimes troubled by the terrain. It's tough, but the aim remains the same. The mountaintop, the podium, breaking through the tape at the end of the race, in spite of the pain.
I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired. I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired. I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired. My feet don't get tired, but my feet don't get tired.
Giving up, what's that? Life out here running in circles, man, what track? We on the go as soon as our feet in the ground make contact. In fact, each step taken might not be exact, but we grow through the pain of every bruise, every scratch. Don't trip. Get those knees up, don't skip. Run through the competition, the division, your mind's negative dimensions. Don't let your doubts weigh you down. Fear suffocating every time that it's found. Don't put matter over your mind. Breathe your dream, catch a second wind, move closer to your finish lines. With each rep, better your time, your grind, don't be alarmed. You in the final stretch, man, pump those arms. Kill that noise. Remember your joy, your passion. Look at the distance you pass, and I'm asking. It's exhausting, but what ain't? Show them you can when they think that you can't. You ain't got no restraints. Your DNA is a gift. Kick, rock, roll, hop on your hips, grip your game, lift your game. It's a beautiful mission. Your song plays along, the body listens. The effects are stunning. One foot in front of the next, your steps keep drumming. Your heartbeat beats to the rhythm. All you gotta do is keep running.
I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired. I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired. I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired. My feet don't get tired, but my feet don't get tired.
Keep moving your feet, even when you feel weak. Don't look to the ground, that's a part of defeat. Stop looking around, focus hard on the beat. Your heart racing you now, but you win every week. Another day, another dollar, but it got you wondering if life is a gift and you're on the list, then what did you miss? It's gotta be more, can't always be this. See, you can either quit or make excuses how you used to be a part of the race. Now you running in place, feeling disgrace. Your pride is erased, now you hiding your face. Look, when I'm on the case, see, I don't know nobody stronger than you. You continue be as great as you can. Stick to a plan. Don't worry who sees you, they might not understand. Not a word that you're saying, but observing you plan. Can't be certain when saying
I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired. I keep on running, but my feet don't get tired.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't dose no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and it is the day before Election Day. And hey, man, Riis, they gonna stop disrespecting the land, man. How you supposed to get an interview and then you don't be here on time? I'm gonna start talking about people. See, this is what I be talking about. But it's okay, because here to talk to us today, right now, give us a preview of what's going on, is one of the most active members of the What's in It for the Black People family. But she is also running for trustee in Olympia Fields. Y'all know her from fighting on the front lines for black contractors, black business. She is one of our number one members here. She has been active in the Southland for a while. You know, she has been the chief of staff, been in fights with the whole entire system, and is one of the sisters that's out here putting it down for us. And I thought that it was important to talk to her today. Y'all welcome to the Maze Jackson Show, Miss Cassandra Matz. Give her a big round of applause, DJ Riis, if you don't mind.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Cassandra. How you feeling today?
I am feeling better than good, and I'll be remiss if I don't say to God be the glory. He woke me up this morning. And also to thank my other angel, my mom that's in heaven, who taught me how to put my best foot forward, and I can only give my betterness tomorrow than I did today.
Look at you, full of philosophical musings this morning, but that is not why you're here today. Today, we are here to kick off your announcement that you are running for trustee in the village of Olympia Fields. Now, help me understand where Olympia Fields is, because back in the day, that was where all the rich black people moved to. And I think you've been a long-time Olympia Fields resident. Talk to me about it. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on out there, and why are you running for village trustee?
Exactly. I'm glad you pointed that out, because Olympia Fields is a black, affluent neighborhood, village, town, city. We are 85% black. The medium age is 55 at this point. The medium income is $125,000, and the medium education is 4-year college education. So we are doing things out there in Olympia Fields, and we one of the premier in the nation black communities.
So talk to me about what makes Olympia Fields, because in the Southland, all the time I hear about the Southland, I'm always hearing about water crises and the trouble and mismanagement and all of that good stuff. Olympia Fields never seems to come up in that mix. Talk to me about what's going on out there.
No, we're very fiscally sound. We're very solvent. We always balance our budget. We're in the black. We definitely make sure that we spend money wisely in Olympia Fields, but the things that's going on in the Southland, we're not on the island by ourselves. What we have to do is we have to be a part of the region, and we're not that right now. We govern ourselves as if we are on an island, and that's due to upper leadership.
Okay, so talk to me about why you're running for trustee, village trustee.
So I was once village trustee from 2017 to 21, and I decided that I no longer wanted to sit in the seat of trustee, and I wanted to run for mayor. And I wasn't able to secure that seat, so now I want to get back into that seat of being trustee because I have a lot to offer. I've been in the village now for 30 years. I don't want anything less for me than I want for my residents. I want to make sure that I advocate for our seniors, which we are a senior community, and we are aging out. So I have to make sure that we bring new, fresh life into the community. Our young families, have to get them attracted to the community. We have a lot to offer. In our little 3 square mile circumference, we are a complete community. And when I say complete, we have 2 schools. We have a high school. We have a grade school. We have 3 pharmacies. We have 3 grocery stores.
You mean you ain't in the food desert?
We're not in a food desert.
So y'all not the story of lack, huh?
Not at all.
Okay.
Our crown is straight, but our slip is hanging. So that's why.
Now they still wear slips. We was just talking about that the other day. See, yesterday you telling us about the old school. The slips is hanging. What do you mean by that when you say the slip?
What I mean by that is that we were definitely affected by the virus, the pandemic. A lot of people have perished in our community from the pandemic, and because we have seniors that are aging out, we need to bring fresh blood back in there to help stabilize our community and make sure that our home stock is beautiful, make sure our parameters are beautiful, and that's what we need. We need, and we're a bedroom community, so we're looking for businesses to come in that complement that setting.
Okay, so talk to me about the what would you say are your 3 biggest priorities?
My number 1 priority is, and I love running a clean race because by us being so small, we have less than 5,000 residents. We have about 1,600 homes. I'm not going to say your head is bigger than mine because I got to see you at the grocery store after the election is over with, right? And I just think that everybody have something to offer. What I like to do first thing sitting in that seat is to come together, and I don't mean a unity breakfast. I mean an actual retreat where we can find out about who we are on a human level in order for us to govern on a wide level.
Okay, now how many seats are up?
3 seats are up.
And are they at large, or do you run in a district?
Large.
Okay. So now tell people what they need to do. So talk to me about your campaign. I know we're going to have to get out there. What's the timeline? When is the election? Tell me all of that stuff. And is it a partisan election? Is it Democrat, Republican? Because y'all rich black folks, well, back in the day, the rich black folks might have a little Republican mix in them, but this is the bluest state in the city in the country right now. Yeah. So talk to me about kind of what the makeup is, what the race looks like, and tell me about the race.
So the race, there were 3 There are 3 seats up. 2 incumbents are running for their seats. 7 people in the race. Not quite sure if all 7 are in the race just yet because 3 were challenged. And that's something that's unfortunate because we've never had a challenge in Olympia Fields. And just 6 years ago, they started challenging the petitioners who want to run for office. And I think it's unfortunate because I think everybody who want to run should run because the residents deserve choices and options. And they deserve to hear what your vision is and what your mission is to grow the community and sustain the community.
So how will you make sure that the residents stay informed?
Well, number one is to constantly have town halls and to get their feedback and input. Number two is to have a day available at City Hall Village Hall, where you can come and meet and greet your trustees so that we can talk to you and you can tell us exactly what's your comfort of living, what would make you comfortable in the village that we can facilitate.
All right. Now, will you have a working relationship with the current mayor?
Yeah, I would definitely have a working relationship with the current mayor, but would the current mayor have a working relationship with me?
I think that if you're on the trustee, you got to vote. So we work that out. All right, Cassandra, tell us what we need to do. Tell What's In It for the Black People how they can support you. Tell our audience how they can support this historic bid for you to return to your seat.
I would love for everyone to support me by, one, financially. I'm about to say what's in it for the black people first. No, my campaign name is Citizens for Cassandra J. Matz. My P.O. Box is P.O. Box number 3, Olympia Fields, Illinois, 60461. I take all checks. If you want to Zelle me, my number is 708-925-7001. You can Zelle me to have funds for my campaign. But I really would like people to come out, help me knock on doors, help me get my message out, help me call and get my message out. It's real simple. Olympia Fields is a small bedroom community. It doesn't take a whole lot, but I believe in quality over quantity.
1,600 houses, 5,000 residents. BP1, What's In It for the Black People? Sound like we got some door knocking to do. Let me tell you all, Cassandra J. Matz has been one of the stalwarts in our organization since she's joined. She has been a trooper, an organizer, a person that doesn't do a lot of talking, but whenever we got to get something done, is at the forefront and taking charge. She was already a village trustee. You've already demonstrated your trust in her. So let's give her another chance to return back. Cassandra, is there anything else you want to tell the people before we go?
I just want to let you know that if you are the change you're looking for, you have to step up. I talk to a lot of people, and I ask them to join me, and a lot of people say they don't have the time. That's not a mark against them. I understand. So I'm just going to keep forging ahead with your help, with my residents' help. You will put me back in that seat so that I can advocate for the village of Olympia Fields. April 4th, vote number 1. I'm number 1 on the ballot, Cassandra J. Matz.
There it is. Now, Cassandra, let me just ask you, since we had the social media question of the day.
Yes.
And you do business, and Riis and these millennials. How do you deal with people who help you generate business or can generate? Should you go around the people that introduce you to the people?
No.
Should you expect a fee, or should you expect to be, if you facilitate a relationship that people would not ordinarily have, do you expect that you should be compensated for that, or is it just on the love?
It used to be just on the love. I used to do free ain't respected. So now when I introduce someone, because I'm proven and I'm tried and you don't have to go through the bumps and the trials and tribulations, it's a fee.
There it is. See, that vouch costs something, right? It's like I watch people oftentimes stumble over themselves trying to get around a person when they could just go through the person.
Correct.
And you spend way more money trying to get around me than you do just having a positive relationship. I really do think we got to start doing some business etiquette classes and some like how to do business with each other so that everybody can win. Because I think so many times in our relationships, they're very one-sided. All right, it looks like our 7:30 interview, who is late, is officially here. I don't know how you late. I don't know how you're late on the show, but it's all good, because that's okay, though, because he paid for it. So I don't let him be. Now, y'all, look, in the building we got coming up next, you remember him. He is a member of the What's In It for the Black People media family. He is my University of Illinois family, and he is running for the 5th Ward, the position of 5th Ward Alderman. So we're going to be talking to him very shortly. It is Mr. Kris Levy in the building. But in the meantime, Riis, one more time, give a big round of applause for my girl, the lady, Miss Cassandra Matz, who came and matched our tablecloth today. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. Riis, we'll get them swapped in, and then we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is Monster Jam! See the legendary Gravedigger and more tear up the dirt with massive stunts, all-out racing, and crazy skills. It's adrenaline-charged fun for the whole family.
Let's hear it! Make some noise!
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Allstate Arena March 3rd through 5th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats at monsterjam.com.
Elect Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. Crime is out of control. Parents are frightened for their children. Downtown and our neighborhoods are at risk. Even gas stations are targets. We will fight back to protect our community. Elect Willie Wilson for mayor.
My name is Kris Levy, and I'm working hard to become your next 5th Ward Alderman. As a lifelong Chicagoan, I chose the historic 5th Ward as my home and a place to raise my family. This means I have a vested interest in our safety and prosperity. But we need a change, and I'm the best candidate for the job. I'm not a career politician, but a motivated citizen who cares and will do whatever it takes to restore our community to greatness. My name is Kris Levy, and I want to drive change. Please punch 60 and vote for me for 5th Ward Alderman. My name is Kris Levy, and I approve this message.
This might be a small thing, kind of revolving around a situation that don't happen often. I mean, it's involving something that's scalding. Hot the topic is, it needs some resolving. It's kind of puzzling, sometimes solving. But after I thought about it, sent her to Walgreens to pick up a few things to stop me from stalling. Otherwise, I'ma be blunt and she gon' be balling. And I don't need that, or her brother calling. Talking them fight words, now we gon' be brawling. I'm more of a stand-up, I don't be falling. For that okie doke, it's better dissolving. Call me a nice guy, yeah, I like nice things. It's best to stay away from chicks that's trifling. I'm not a rival, so I don't be rivaling. But end up in this scene, I won't be wifing, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like Brill, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
She got a secret, don't know where she keep it, don't know why she hide it, guess it's convenient. She like a zebra, two things at one time. It ain't black and white when you lived it a lifetime. She got a story, might be a fable, no categories. She don't like labels, she like a loner. Maybe she's selfish, something is fishy, but she don't like shellfish. She say that her phone broke and she need a new phone. She got a night job, now she got two phones, one for the pubic, one for the public. I Freudian slip, y'all, I think that you dug it. She got a curfew, she live in the group home, but she in Miami, getting her look on. She can't be truthful, not what she built for. Mouth might be useful, but nothing to kill for, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like Braille, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. And y'all, it is the candidate drop in. It's the last. It's the final countdown. For real. Like tomorrow this time, they gonna be running around here. They gonna be sweating. They gonna be like, Dad, I forgot to. I gotta go get a sign over here. And realistically, can I tell you what? One of the things that I've learned in the process is that on election day, it's done. If you're doing it on election day, and it's not just making the rounds to the judges, it's done. And so I want to make sure that we give our candidates the opportunity to give a closing message, because Mr. Levy was here last week for the debates, but he talked a lot about other people. So we want to hear Mr. Levy, Kris Levy. Now, y'all remember him. I'm not going to name his show because I don't want nobody trying to pull it up for reference today because they'll be trying to do some last-minute stuff. But he is a member of the What's In It for the Black People media family. We go all the way back to the University of Illinois, age 18. We 52 now, right? You think what you in PAR? You was a PAR dude. I was an ISR dude. Then you moved over on Illinois. You was over in the Urbana joint. You used to go by Chris's place. He was the social butterfly, you know what I'm saying? They had a little you dig going on over there. He wasn't in my social enterprise because, you know, Kris was always a wholesome, good guy. I was on the devil's side of the playground. But now he is a family man. He is a businessman. He is also now seeking to be a public servant. And so I wanted to give my good friend, Mr. Levy, the final. You know, he used to call me and encourage me before he ran. Be like, man, Brother Jackson, that stuff you talking about, that's something, Maze. But and so I always encourage my friends who are participating in the public process. And so to be a public servant, because it's a hard grind. It ain't as easy as it looks. And sometimes people find that out on the trail. But let me tell you what, if there's anybody built for it, it's my man, Kris Levy. So let me do this, Riis. Give him a big round of applause. In the building, 5th Ward candidate for Alderman, Mr. Christopher Levy. Kris Levy!
What's happening, Maze? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? How you? I see you done put your radio smile voice
man,
on.
Listen.
Man?
First off, thanks for giving out all that information. If you ever on the Maze Jackson show, as a lot of great journalists do, he's going to tell everything about you. So,
not everything, because we was in college at the same time, and I'm not a journalist.
You're right.
I am not a journalist.
Okay.
I am an opinion leader. There you go.
You're definitely an opinion leader. And thank you for the platform, too. This is awesome.
Thank you.
You're right. This journey, I just want to say, has been eye-opening.
Okay.
And it's been humbling. I mean, I have found myself really loving our people. You know, I'd been in the private sector for a long time, and I'd experienced a lot of successes. My family has a business. I'm second generation in the insurance business. We have an all-state agency in Hyde Park. I'm a sales director with my professional, my job. And I wasn't as connected, obviously through my church and fraternity, but not so much walking the streets and meeting people that I had no connection with and listening to some of their pain. And it's been eye-opening. I mean, people have been sending me prayers, asking me to come to small groups. And I was asked this in one of our forums where we were asked a panel, you know, what if you lose? And I said, I don't lose. Kris Levy's never lost. I either win or I learn.
Okay.
Right? And I will continue to serve having started on this journey. But I do think public service, as you mentioned, is it's a big responsibility. I would encourage more of what I call black folk who've been successful to give back. But they have to lead selflessly, because on the other side of the coin, I've seen a lot of things in politics that has really disheartened me.
Okay.
Especially in Chicago.
Hey, man. You ain't read nowhere else. So did you see in politics somewhere else? Hey, man, let me just be clear about Chicago politics.
It's horrible.
Now. It's not. It is. This is the heavy. This is the big leagues. This is the heavyweight. And even when the simplest races I remember I ran a race for a state central committee person, which is an obscure race, right? It is a dog-eat-dog world. When you leave Chicago, and you go anywhere else in the country and say you ran for office in Chicago, there is a level of respect that comes with it. And quite frankly, y'all done got soft, if you ask me. However, talk to me about what you talk about the key learnings, some things that you learned on the process. What was the good things, and then what's been disheartening?
Sure. The good things.
Hey, man, put the phone down.
The good things are.
Put the phone down.
Maze,
Talk.
You know I bring some notes. The good things is that there are people who I think are passionate about, at least in the 5th Ward, about where they live, where it's going. They've been there their whole lives. I've been there 14 plus years. But there are people who are born there. They love it. Some of these folks, especially in South Shore in the pocket, they're nervous. They're scared that they're about to be gentrified out. And I've taken on a personal mission as somebody who you can't price me out. I've been fortunate enough with my profession and my, education that I can live where I want to live.
And shout out to Miss Tasha Levy too, who is we ain't gonna trip that she do run LeBron's joint. So we gonna add that to the mix.
She doesn't run. I don't know how Maze's household works, but Kris Levy runs Team Levy. You can ask anybody.
Chris, I agree with that. Chris, I run Team Jackson too.
I don't know. I don't even know why that was said.
Because I want to give your wife some props.
That's cool. I'm a beautiful woman. Hopefully she's checking you out. She's a big fan of yours too, and your wife. So yeah, that's another thing. Family. I've connected with some people who are concerned about the well-being of those who grew up there, and they feel powerless. They feel helpless. They haven't been the places where some of us have been. They don't have the same access that some of us do. So they're dependent on their local elected officials to advocate on their behalf. And I've been, whether I'm in Hyde Park, whether I'm in South Shore, whether I'm in Woodlawn, a lot of those folks have been disappointed, and rightfully so.
So tell me what has been discouraging for you?
But, I see in terms of running, you mentioned this, and we talked about it before the show. It's a learning experience, and part of my naivety was the amount of money that it requires to run for public office. And we have in Chicago a lot of special interest groups that are advocating for things that are not necessarily most beneficial for the community. And those groups they got a lot of cash, and they're powerful. And they have entrenched themselves, and they drip money down to some folks who are supposed to serve a specific area. And all of a sudden, that person is serving where the money came from versus the people that put him or her in office. And that has been disheartening.
Kris, talk to me about your political
Sure.
experience and how you will move forward politically,
Sure.
win or lose.
Okay, sure. First off, I'm proud to say that I'm a concerned citizen, a successful businessman, and my political experience is nil, other than donating to elected politicians. And I say that because I'm not connected. No one owns me. I don't owe anyone. I've raised every dime on my own. So when I'm in office, the people of the 5th Ward will know that I'm serving them. I'm not serving this union. I'm not serving this special interest group. Starting off, I was hopeful to rent, those endorsements. Now I don't want any endorsements. When I run again, I will refuse any endorsements. I will self-fund continually. I will also advocate that any alder person only serve 2 terms.
So you're for term limits?
All day.
Now, why are you
even for myself?
Well, let me back up. Talk to me about so, Kris, we exist in a professional network.
Sure.
And one of the things that I have found is that there has been a challenge for black candidates to raise money.
Right.
Talk to me about the difficulty of getting your peers, your professional associates. Well, let's back up. How much would you say you raised in the process?
Close to $40,000.
Okay. Talk to me about the process of raising money and getting our people to understand why it's important. You say self-fund, but I think the challenge for self-funding is oftentimes when you self-fund, then those people don't have to listen to anyone else, right? And so usually there's a good mix of self-funding, collaboration, and then you have a great network association.
Sure.
How do we get our generation, our people who are now upwardly mobile, have some economic wherewithal to write the $1,000 check, to write the $5,000 check, to be involved in their neighborhoods and the politics?
You said it. It's difficult. There's some education that goes on, and I will tell you, if I do this process again, you have to start 2-3 years early. I made up my mind I was going to run this month. Next month, I'm on the ballot. And after I put my name out there, I had a conversation with Maze that should have happened 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. How much will it cost, you think? And I was dumbfounded, by the amount. And
I said, don't play it if you ain't got 100 stacks. If you can't write yourself, and I used to tell people before I get into a campaign, if I'm going to manage your campaign, Right. If we get in it and you ain't got 100, are you willing to mortgage your house to do what's necessary to be able to have the money to run? Because we all tend to think that, I'm just telling you, how many black folks that got it but don't got it for politics?
Absolutely. And the money, believe it or not, comes from places that you didn't think it was going to come from. And the places you thought it was coming from, it doesn't come. Don't look at your closest friends and relatives that's doing well. It won't come from them. I've had $6,000 check written from a business owner who knew me through business that I didn't know about. And don't be afraid to ask. I think we have a hesitancy to ask for the big dollar amounts. In my professional life, even when I'm selling something, I pitch at a level that makes me slightly uncomfortable. That's my number, right? You got to be sort of uncomfortable, and you get comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay. And all of a sudden, it's easy to ask. Late in the campaign, and I will say, and it sounds so simple. People tell you, make a list of everyone you know from school, from business, from church, from your frat, from this, from that, and the other. You go through this exhaustive list. I left out a fairly close relative who not only lived in the ward, but said, man, if I'd have known, he's a hedge fund manager. He said, I'd have put this whole thing together. He said, if you make this runoff, give me a shout.
If was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Then he wrote me a big, giant check.
Okay.
So he did write me.
Okay.
This a few days ago.
Okay.
Wrote me a big, giant check. So shout,
You filed A1 on it?
All day.
Okay.
Everything has been filed. Okay. Shout out to my grade school buddy, good fella Kevin Harmon, who's been keeping me legal.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's keeping me out of jail.
All right. Well, first of all, Kris, you wouldn't be in jail anyway. You have a very well-rounded family.
Yes, so go check that background record that I've been hearing. Christine.
So, Kris, what have you learned in this process? So let's back up. How do you feel about your chances tomorrow?
Okay.
Tell me, do you think you'll make the runoff? If not, will you support a candidate in the runoff? Because I think, how many people are in your race? 11. So 11 people. Nobody's walking away with this thing, right? And so, how are you feeling? Tell me where you think your biggest basis of support will exist, and then what's your magic number? How close are you to it?
Again, we didn't take any official polls. Okay. So for any candidate to say he or her is in the lead is just false.
It's tough. So we're clear too. It's very tough to poll a area so small as a ward. So if somebody's telling you they're polling it, I would say they're probably doing a survey, but not a poll.
Right. My base, I would say, is pretty much South Shore, Jackson Park area, and extend outward from there. So the highest percentage in South Shore, probably then next Hyde Park. Obviously, we have a business there, so I sort of focused around in that area. Okay. And then probably Greater Grand Crossing and Woodlawn to a lesser extent, only because I've gotten there later in the campaign. For those seeking public office, I'll also say it's never too early to start. That's another thing. I was like, this is going to be I can knock on all these doors. I'll hit all these doors. You just don't have the time that you think you're going to have. And to have
what did I tell you was the one thing you couldn't get back in the
campaign?
Can't get
back time. And people think, okay, I'll just have, because some folks, well, not a lot, but a couple folks are more well-funded. It doesn't work the same as having someone else knock on the door as when I knock on the door.
Right.
I've been on the street, and I've had some young guys, well, who are you? Well, who you out here working for? I was like, me. Well, what you going to do? This part I love about it. And I say, man, first off, I need to get you a job. See, I've also uncovered a lot of needs for the community. We think you know until you hear it from those folk. And next thing you know, and it was a tough, stern talk, but I come back to the same gas station. These young brothers had put my flyers up. The Middle Eastern guys who ran the gas station come out, Kris, put all the signs up you want. So when you advocate passionately for people, they feel that, whether I'm in Hyde Park, whether I'm anywhere else. So my biggest base is probably in South Shore, then Hyde Park, then probably Woodlawn, Greater Grand Cross.
Mr. Levy, you have to deliver a closing argument.
Sure.
I'll say that this is your closing argument.
Mm-hmm.
See that camera right there? Let me see if I can get you on a solo dolo. Right, I'm going to work to get you solo, man. Let's do Riis in here. So we're going to show Riis. Riis got more camera time this week. I'm going to try and get you solo dolo, though, sir. And I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you, Mr. Levy,
Mm-hmm.
to give us your closing argument. Hold on. You are now talking to Black Chicago. Tell them why. Look at that camera right there, the black one. Tell them why Kris Levy should be the next alderman of the 5th Ward.
Sure. Kris Levy should be the next alderman of the 5th Ward. Because he has the best plan and he has the most resources, and I'll go into that. But even more so, I'm the most passionate about us doing better, meaning I didn't necessarily need this for a job. I think some candidates that you see do, but I'm in this because I truly believe in order for black folk to do better, we need to have other black folks do better. And it takes black folks with a lot of reach, and I have the most reach out of all these candidates, even the ones who've been in politics. I also know that it's not just politics that's going to elevate black people. Black people will elevate black people. We need to increase black ownership. I'm in the best position to do that because I know people with deeper pockets in the private sector. We need to train young black men. They don't have role models who speak to them, who are concerned about them, but speak to them with respect and love. 2% of educators in this country are black men. How can a young man see what he does or become what he doesn't know? We hold those people accountable for something that they don't know. Even some of the parents, they need to be engaged more. We need to get more money in our communities. A lot of this, we can talk about carjackings, and I can go into depth about my plans for public safety, but a lot of it has to do, and I ask people, it has to do with money and higher paying jobs and education. So I ask people, are the folks in Glenview, Highland Park, are they safer because they have triple the police force? Is that why they're not carjacking? No, they're not carjacking because they don't have a need. See, people focus on, okay, we got to get all the guns off the street. Well, if I'm desperate enough, I will rob you. If I'm desperate enough, I'll use a knife. I will wait for that 300 police car to drive by, then I will get you. I have to remove the need. We have a lot of ex-offenders in our community. The outside world ostracizes them, puts an X on their back. It's harder for them to get jobs. Those are our family. That's our people. And if a man or woman can't provide for himself or their child, they'll do some things that they probably wouldn't be proud of. That's why the recidivism rate is high. So we need to advocate passionately. I'm the best person to do that. Ideas specifically for the 5th Ward. Sorry? 30 seconds. Specifically for the 5th Ward, I believe in black folks making money on things they already spend money on. It needs to be an art and tourism business corridor. We have the best museums. We have the best outdoor beach structures. The community needs to be beautified. I plan on hiring folks in the community in terms of ownership. I have programs in mind to make it easier for folks to get ownership where you don't have to have a huge amount of collateral and or credit. All right, I have programs for young people to keep them involved in their community because when your community is clean, when you're part of it, when you're making money, you're more passionate and advocate about the folks in it and keeping it up. Hyde Park, I definitely wanted to keep it thriving. Greater Grand Crossing, I'd love some trade schools to go up. We talk about college, but there's also an expense that doesn't always necessarily pay itself off. So we definitely have a plan in place for trade schools as well to be in the 5th Ward. And lastly, my young people, there will be, and I'll always love this, there will be free Little League and girls softball within the first 90 days, whether I have to pay for it out of my pocket. But I'll get the businesses around us to pay for it because that's what I do that these other candidates don't. They're just looking downtown at government money. That's fine. I'll keep the playing field level. I'll make sure we get our fair share, but I'm also going to bring in monies that don't belong there. That's our money. Kris Levy, Punch 60, 5th Ward Alderman.
Hey, y'all. That is Kris Levy. That is our family. That is our brother. That is our fellow University of Illinois graduate. Well, I'm not a graduate, so let me stop. I don't want y'all hitting me up. Like, he said I went there, though. I had went there for a little while. A couple times. Came back.
It took me a while.
Hey,
I was on a 5-year plan.
Brother. Hey, man, bro. I'm still on the plan.
So when
I'm on the treadmill. I be going down there. Now though, they be like, "You an alumni. You did good for yourself." Now when I had a mug shot, they was like, "Don't say our name."
That's hilarious.
Hey, y'all. Let me say, Kris Levy, friend, family member, person that I believe in strongly. Me and Riis, we Kris Levy. I can't speak for everybody else all the time. Sometimes in democracy, I got democratized.
Appreciate
right?
that.
I got democratized. But me and Riis be like, hey, ain't no it's Kris Levy all day.
Oh, we about to shock the world.
Hey, man, where the party at?
We about to shock the world. I'll give you the invite.
Oh, wait, send me look, he's like, because everybody can't come.
No,
look, man,
not to this.
Let me tell y'all what, though. Y'all make sure y'all take a look at this. You check out my boy Kris Levy. He is running for 5th Ward Alderman. His heart is in the right place. Next time y'all get that pocketbook together, we're going to call out these U of I people. We're going to call out all of our alumni who make billions and millions of dollars and have the opportunity to support our own. But that's this. There's a lot of political education. So, Kris, after this, we're going to expect you to be here on the second Saturday of every month as part of What's in It for the Black People.
My man.
Right? So we don't have no challenges in the next go-round. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, Kris Levy, in the building. Y'all check him out. What's it, Punch 62?
Punch 60, 60. 60 for Kris Levy.
60 for Levy. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
My name is Kris Levy, and I'm working hard to become your next 5th Ward Alderman. As a lifelong Chicagoan, I chose the historic 5th Ward as my home and a place to raise my family. This means I have a vested interest in our safety and prosperity. But we need a change, and I'm the best candidate for the job. I'm not a career politician, but a motivated citizen who cares and will do whatever it takes to restore our community to greatness. My name is Kris Levy, and I want to drive change. Please punch 60 and vote for me for 5th Ward Alderman. My name is Kris Levy, and I approve this message.
Over 25 years ago, Patrick Brutus decided that serving the public was the best way to help his community. And since then, he has been a dependable and trustworthy friend to all. Now, by fighting for safe and walkable streets, new businesses, and retail corridors, Patrick Brutus has the right vision and the most experience to lead the 6th Ward. On Election Day, punch 53 for Patrick Brutus, because he's our choice for Alderman of the 6th Ward.
With the longtime 34th Ward turning into the 21st Ward, there's only one clear choice for your next Alderman of the 21st Ward, Cornell Dantzler. If you live in the 34th Ward, which is now the 21st Ward, vote for Cornell Dantzler in the upcoming election to represent your ward as Alderman.
We will work together as a family and as a team so that we can make the 21st Ward one of the best wards in the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dantzler.
Redefining the cool. Sparkle, sparkle. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. Push your position you got. And they say you get it, your haters get mad. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. Push your position you got.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Now, I'm telling you, this is the candidate call-in. We got a candidate on the line, as well as we got candidates stopping in, dropping in, popping in. Gotta say what's up to my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. And, Riis, I just want to say, because shout out to what your name is. I don't know what your name is. So, what made Kris Levy double back, right? Kris Levy didn't double back. Kris Levy, if you paid attention, was one of the advertisers on the station, right? Before there was any candidate opportunities, before there was any open candidate invites, Kris Levy said, how can I support the platform? I said, advertise, right? Mr. Levy then bought an advertising package on the station, right? And that advertising package included an interview. Mr. Levy didn't come in at the lowest number. Mr. Levy got on a payment plan and for the last month has been paying for ads, but part of that ad payment was a package that gave him an opportunity to get an on-air interview. Now, a lot of other people are getting on-air interviews that did not participate with the package, right? Check that out. Mr. Levy, and then I want to point out something because Mr. Levy did not get the what's in it for the black people political action committee endorsement, even though he was a paid advertiser on What's in It for the Black People media. See how that can work?
It's your family. I just told you.
But I don't even mean the family part. Let me break down the part of you don't have to be, you can't buy my support, right? The organization stands alone. Now, that's my family member, but I'm a member of the organization. But he couldn't buy the endorsement. He spent more money than almost any other candidate except for Willie Wilson and Paul Vallis, right? So understand that it's not the money aspect of it. But by patronizing the business, there are certain values and certain benefits that you get from patronizing the business. You support the business now has economics to then be able to afford you an opportunity, right? It's the ecosystem. He didn't come and say, gimme, 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 gimme. He said, how can I support the platform? And then as with his level of support, I said, damn, you stepping up big time. How can we make sure? And before there was ever an endorsement, that existed. We got to create an ecosystem. It's like everybody would come here and take for free. Then y'all say, why is he leaving? Right? We got to learn to create an ecosystem where we work together. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the rule in the building. And sitting next to me is Mr. Joseph Williams. You may not know him as Mr. Dad, but I know him as Mr. Dad. This man got his own whole operation. Matter of fact, I feel like 4 years ago I was looking at you and you were running for alderman. And perfect example of people taking the opportunity and saying that they're going to stay involved, and they did. Like when people don't win elections, oftentimes we don't hear from them again. Mr. Williams did not win the aldermanic race, but then he took that platform and expanded it and is now doing work with major corporations, the city, you name it. Schools are hiring him to come in and to talk and reach out to our children. And now, 4 years later, he's not running for alderman. He's running for police district council. So let me introduce to you all, let me introduce to some of you and reintroduce to others, to you all, Mr. Joseph Williams. Joe Williams, what's up, man? How you feeling today, brother?
I feel good.
Lean into the mic. You got to get close.
I feel good this morning. It is raining outside, but that's neither here or there. I feel amazing this morning. Good morning to everyone. Thank you, Maze, for having me on this morning. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, no problem, Joe. No problem. You know, we want to support the people that are out here doing the work in our black neighborhoods and in our community. And really what I see, I'm going to tell y'all, when I went to the Mr. Dad, I went to a school with this brother. And when I saw how he had a mascot of a dad, it was a black dude in a shirt and tie who looked like a nerd. And when you saw how the black children responded to Mr. Dad, they all wanted a hug. They all wanted to be. I was like, you would have thought like it was bigger than Mickey Mouse. It was bigger than like some of the. And I was just like,
than Mickey.
Mr. Dad, and the kids wanted to hold and hug Mr. Dad, and that's when I realized, Joe, you was really on to something. Now, you was really on to something, too, because you was late because you got 6 kids. Yeah. You stay a little busy, my brother. But talk to me about why you are running for police district council today.
Absolutely. So, you know what? District council, for me, this is a very important seat. And I'm running right there in Inglewood in the 7th district. Joseph Williams, punt 74, you guys. So get out there and vote. But I'll tell you, one of the reasons why I'm running for district council this year is because we're building those relationships already. When Maze talk about what we're doing with our Fathers Club, well, 3 of those schools are in Inglewood, right? So we're building that relationship with having fathers come into those schools. But more than anything, when we're hosting these community events, we have other local nonprofits. We have churches. We have the police department in Inglewood, and they all come together to join us to give back to our communities. So when I look at this position is a position that we can garner around that type of support and work on building those type of relationships. I think about what does that look like for a police officer to go back into the school and read books to children. So not all children are afraid of police. What does that look like when police are actually walking their neighborhoods and know the people that they serve? It's important that The police know who they serve. They shouldn't just be in our community harassing us and always making the situation worse, but they should be there where they almost know you by a name basis, where they're coming back and they're joining these community events and that they're being a part of what's happening in your community and not just working in your community. So this is a very important position. It gives an opportunity also for community to have input on what they want to see within that district. I honestly believe that the community should have a weigh-in on what the commander looks like at times. I believe that the community should have a weigh-in on many things that takes place right there within the district. So my job is to make sure we build those relationships, but also get the voice of the community and bring that to the table and make sure that it's represented well.
Now tell me, what police district are you running in?
I'm over in the 7th district, right in Inglewood, which covers, I feel like I'm running for a state senator seat because we got 5 wards in Inglewood. So we're covering a little bit of the 6th ward, the 15th ward, the 16th ward, the 17th ward, and the 20th ward. So I got 5 wards over there, but the 7th district is pretty huge, and it stretches a very far distance. But yeah, we'll be running right there in the 7th district in Inglewood.
All right, so you're running for 7th district police district police council. What's the title?
Councilman. 7th district.
Police district council.
Yep, councilman.
Now let me ask a question. How many other people are in the race?
So for my particular district, we got 7 folks that are in the race right now with us. So it's a
Are
heavy.
you running part of a slate, or are you?
You know what? I stayed individual this time, but I will say throughout me running in the race, we did build some alliances with some great folks. So I was endorsed by Alderman Stephanie Coleman, Alderman David Moore, and a few other folks. And it helped me build relationships with other candidates. So Stephanie is running a young lady named Linda Alston. So I had to meet her and get a chance to know more about Miss Linda and Teresa Chandler. So we say, you know what? We out here at these polls every day together. Even if we're running individual, we're going to support each other and push together. So lately, we've been out there pushing for each other's support. But it's important because what we got happening is you got folks who are just strictly against the police, and you got folks who are strictly just with the police. And I believe you got to have somebody who can come up the middle and say, we have to find a way to bring it all together. There's no way you can get anything done if you're sitting on either side. You got to be able to come up the middle and see how you can bring everyone together.
All right, Joe. So tell me, what can people do? What you need them to do?
Yeah, get out and vote, you guys. Come out and vote. Today is the last day for early voting. I would say come out today. If not today, be out there tomorrow. Punt 74 is very important, you guys. Joseph Williams for district council in the 7th district. Punt 74. And again, get out and vote. It's important. Learn about these positions. Learn about how it created. Learn about ECPS and how it took community and labor and faith leaders to all come together to make this come about. Because it's going to go beyond this. And there's going to be multiple layers when we're talking about police accountability in our city. So you got the district councilman, but then you're going to have a commission board. So you guys are going to start to see more and more layers of police accountability, and it's just very important that you guys get involved. You learn about the folks that are running, and you get out there and you go and do your due diligence and make sure you vote this year. So again, I'm Joseph Williams. I'm running for 7th district councilman right here in Inglewood, and I need your guys' vote. So get out there, vote. Punt 74.
Hey, y'all, that is our guy, Joseph Williams. You get out there, 7th District Police Council. Man, punch, what's the number again?
Punt 74. 74.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I was going to say something.
Here we go. You say something. Look, you're out here talking. Do the police know he said punch 74? Look, you know, if it was up to me, I'd be 5555, but it's 872-7474. He is from Inglewood. He is from the South Side. You notice I ain't going to even get there because, you know, we need a good police district council rep. Joe, we appreciate you, man.
Yes,
we're going to throw you out. Take Jania's call because I seen her calling you.
The
baby calling. So you got to answer when the children call.
And thank you again, Mace, for having me on today.
I appreciate you, brother. All right, now coming up, we're going to take a hot, quick break. I'm going to swap Joe out. Then we're going to go to the live line because we're going to be talking to Cameron M. Barnes. He is a national media leader and motivator. He's running for alderman, I believe, in the 9th ward. So we'll talk to him in a hot minute. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
We can count on Paul Vallis. When Paul Vallis was CEO of Chicago Public Schools, he revitalized our neighborhood schools. No one delivered more for our underserved young people than Paul Vallis. As mayor, Paul Vallis will ensure that communities long neglected get a fair share of city investment, attracting the grocery stores we need, improving sanitation, and other city services in our neighborhoods. Vote Paul Vallis, a mayor for all of us. Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. The violence in Chicago must stop. Willie Wilson pledges real action to do that. A revised police structure, 4 superintendents, more accessible to their neighborhoods, providing faster communication and concentration of resources. Willie Wilson pledges more integrated police patrols to increase community, confidence, and cooperation. Willie Wilson's pledge will make Chicago safer. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Wake up in the morning with the frown on my face, 'cause I know it's another day that I gotta face now. For people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna be, breaking my back to the bone with nothing to show. But I got dreams and goals. But as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go. So there's one thing I gotta know: why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Why can't you just give it? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Rocking in that 9 to 5, got your girl hella tired. Why won't they let me be? Now I understand.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. And Riis, we are doing open the door for the candidates. Whether you want to call in, whether you want to stop in, we are broadcasting live from Obsidian. And I was out the other day and I ran into Mary Datcher, and she said that, Maze, you know, I know you've been doing your thing. I know you got a bunch of candidates and a lot of stuff going on. But I think you should give one of the younger candidates an opportunity. And so I said, Mary, we're going to have an open door policy, and we'll give him 5 minutes to give us his pitch. He is running for alderperson of the 9th Ward. In the 9th Ward, there's 3 candidates currently running. The incumbent is in, as well as another candidate. And Mr. Cameron M. Barnes is also running in that ward. Riis, is he on the live line? Cameron, you there? You on the live line?
Maze, how you feel? I'm so grateful to be here. I appreciate the platform.
Wonderful, man. Cameron, wonderful. So welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm not sure if we've ever met, but I know Mary reached out to me and said, I got a young brother that's running in the 9th Ward, and I got to get you to talk to him. So I said, I'll put him on today. So Cameron, talk to us. Tell us why you're running for alderman of the 9th Ward.
Man, I'm so grateful. But listen, the 9th Ward is dying. It's needing so much of a pickup. It's a food desert. It's an education desert. It's a resource desert. It's an opportunity desert. My high school closed in 2016. Rosebud Farm closed subsequently after Ultra Foods closed as well. Listen, the 9th Ward has mostly seniors and those under 18 years old, which means those are mostly people who need the most help. We've been subjected to leadership for the last 24 years under this incumbent. And I don't think, Maze, that all of a sudden in the 7th term that we're going to have leadership that wakes up and says, I'm going to do what I haven't done in the last 6 terms. We've got to stop being able to just allow people to hold these offices for years and years. And I know that that's what young people usually say. But I'm not biased to those who do their job. But if you've been holding the job for 2.5 decades and you've got nothing to show for it, then I think it's time to give it to somebody else.
Now, Cameron, let me stop you right there. Now, you know, Alderman Bill and I, sometimes we conflict. But it's hard to say he hasn't done anything when he essentially, in my estimation, has the most development that has occurred on the far south side in quite a few years, whether it's the factory, whether it's the gym, whether it is the businesses that are coming there. How can you say nothing? He's done nothing over those years. That's a pretty big jump.
Now and I get that. Now, a couple things with that. The Pullman Center, I know he did build with private money, of course, so that he can control that. But if you go and ask the constituents, then it's, the fact of, young people having to also then pay the membership fee that they can't afford, and then it's closing early. And a lot of those different developments have come down from the federal level that, of course, Alderman Bill has just been able to gatekeep because he's the alderman. But more than that, Mays, I'm not taking away from what he's done for Pullman. Pullman has deserved so much of the investment that it's gotten in the last few years. But if you go west of Cottage Grove, if you go into Riverdale, if you go into Fernwood, if you go into the length and breadth of the Ninth Ward, as much development as you see in Pullman, you see there's much more dilapidation. Go down Michigan Avenue, Mays. You know what Michigan Avenue used to look like back in the day. If you go down there today, I'm telling you, no exaggeration, there are blocks with literally one business open, and the rest is just absolutely dilapidated. It's closed, it's abandoned, and it allows crime, drug use, and abuse to fester. All of these different things going on across the length and breadth. So maybe I shouldn't say he's not done anything. Maybe I should say he's not done a lot for the length and breadth. I'm running so that we can all have a seat at the table. Not one piece, not one constituency, not one area, but the entire Ninth Ward needs relief, Mays. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Give me a sense of what the geographic boundaries of the Ninth Ward are now, considering the remap.
Since the remap, now the Ninth Ward has extended to 95th and the Red Line. If you are familiar with Princeton Park, everywhere on 95th from Low to King Drive. And then you go back south to 134th Street. Your barrier on the east portion of the ward is the Bishop Ford, 94 Highway. And then as far west as Low, in many cases Stewart. If you hit Halsted, you've gone too far.
Got it. Talk to me about your three biggest priorities if you are elected alderman of the Ninth Ward.
So my three biggest priorities, real quick, revitalization without gentrification. When I say that, it's because usually when the revitalization comes to the Ninth Ward, like what I spoke of Pullman, I spoke to different constituents, business owners, and said that their taxes had gone up, tripled and quadrupled in so many cases. I want us to revitalize those dilapidated buildings, those homes, those vacant lots. There's so many people who want to buy the vacant lots on their block, but they cannot do so. If we allow people of color to come in, which has not been going on now, we allow them to come in and get these different places, then I don't think that you would push your sister or your brother out. So we want to revitalize without gentrifying. The other piece is education, innovation, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, coding, and robotics. It's got to become, we're in a technological era. We've got to be able to make that a part of our curriculum. Not only that, trades have to be in our schools again. Plumbers are making $60 to $150 an hour. All of our kids don't go to college. I want them to compete in the workforce, even without a college degree, without having to do anything illegal. Teach them how to do something with their hands, and they'll be able to have a job. The last point is reprioritize the resource allocation. The alderman is in charge of $1.5 million per year of discretionary funds and the menu money. Term is 4 years. That translates into $6 million per term. That has to go down to the constituents first. People need new street lights. People need speed humps. People need their sidewalks are cracked up. All these different things. This money has to come down to the constituents first before we start doing anything with this money. We don't know where the money is going these days.
Okay, and then let me ask you, because we're going to bring it to a close. You got 1 minute. Tell the people in the Ninth Ward why they should vote for you.
Well, I certainly think that it's time now for some fresher and newer leadership. I'm not running for Cameron. I'm running for the 60,000 people that live in the Ninth Ward. So I no longer have one voice. I have 60,000 voices. And I believe that the people of the Ninth Ward should vote for me because our voice has not reached the City Hall in many, many years. I want us to have a seat at the table. Inclusion is on this ballot. Opportunity is on this ballot. This is not a ego thing for Cameron. We are in desperate, dire need of some new resources and opportunities in the Ninth Ward. And I can promise you one thing. I'll be an accessible alderman.
a tangible alderman. And as soon as we get in this office, there'll be 2 days out of every month where I'll have an open door, open house policy where constituents can come in, speak to me, no appointment necessary. You have to know the alderman, and the alderman has to know you. So I'm doing this for everybody else in the 9th Ward, not just for Cameron.
There it is, y'all. That is, hold on, I just lost my, hold on 1 second, I'm sorry. It is Mr. Jesus, Lord have mercy. All right, y'all, that is, dang, Riis, I lost my, Cameron, tell him your name one more time, and name and punch number. I just lost my whole sheet up here. Your last name one more time.
It is Cameron M. Barnes. Set the 9th Ward free, punch 53. Vote for me, Cameron M. Barnes. I'm on the ballot, number 53.
That is Cameron M. Barnes, y'all. Y'all give him a big round of applause, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. We appreciate you, and good luck tomorrow. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We're about to take a quick break, and then when we come back, I had a lot of stuff I was going to talk about, but we're going to wrap it up when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
Tamika Scott. Yeah. As we take this journey through life, we face trials and tribulations. But just know, the enemy is not gonna win. Cause the storm is almost over. That's right. The storm is almost over.
You give up. You come too far to turn back now. Hold your head up. It's almost over. So set up to take you to your destiny. It's gonna be alright. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, this is your season. Just keep on believing. Blessings you'll be receiving. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It will be alright. Throw your hands to the sky, lift your head up high. The storm is almost over. Everything's gonna work in your favor. You don't have to worry no more. What you're going through won't last. It's a test to take you higher. Just keep the faith, hold on, believe. The storm is almost. Keep on moving. Don't let nobody stop you. No, you're getting closer. Almost over. You're a soldier. Now fight your way to victory. It's gonna be alright. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, this is your season. Just keep on believing. Blessings you'll be receiving. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It will be alright. Throw your hands to the sky, lift your head up high. The storm is almost over. Everything's gonna work in your favor. You don't have to worry no more. What you're going through won't last. It's a test to take you higher. Just keep the faith, hold on, believe. Dark clouds may rise, strong winds may blow. It's hard to see through the rain. You gotta hold on. Be strong. Don't let go. Almost over. Throw your hands to the sky, lift your head up high. The storm is almost over. Everything is gonna work in your favor. You don't have to worry no more. What you're going through won't last. It's a test to take you higher. Just keep the faith, hold on, believe. The storm is almost over. Just hold on, be strong.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. Riis, has been an actual action-packed show today. We done had some of everybody in. From Kris the Critic. Anybody on the line? Ain't nobody on the live line. Is it Kris the Critic? We have Miss Cassandra Matz, who announced her candidacy. Cameron Barnes, Joe Williams in the building. Got to send a big shout out to my girl, Tracy Bay, who was going to stop in, but Tyrone said she was taking too long to get dressed. So shout out to Tracy Bay. She is more than welcome. Anybody that is running for office, though, you are welcome to call in. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, even if I don't like you. Except for Preston Brown. Oh, my goodness. Riis. Think about this election, man. Do you realize we may not know on election night who is the winner? Then I was thinking about all the combos. All right, Riis, so I think we've pretty much confirmed that the white people are voting for Paul Vallis, period. Period. Now, maybe some of the newfangled millennials, but what I'm looking at in this turnout report, Riis, the turnout report, let me see if I can find what the turnout report says. Because I want you to tell me if you can tell me who this works for. Who sent me the turnout report? Let's see. Oh, Ricky Hendon. So Ricky Hendon tells me, well, the Chicago Board of Elections says, Riis, if you're 18 to 24, guess what your voting percentage is?
About 20.
2%. That means J-Maul got some problems. He got some problems. 25 to 34. What percentage do you think of the ballots are that age?
I hope that's 20.
10%, Riis. Well, 11. What about 35, 44?
20 now. I got to be at 20 now.
12, 13%. 45, 54, Riis.
Okay, all right. I know y'all out there. 20%. I got to go.
12%, Riis.
Man, where y'all at voting, man?
55, 64, Riis. What percent?
13. I ain't giving no more 20.
18%.
Nah, look,
19.
that's my 20 right there. Look at it.
65, 74.
You know they mailed all theirs in, so I'm going to go high. 30.
23.
Yeah, I knew something like that.
And then 75 plus. 20%.
Yeah.
Riis. 20, 40, 60% is 55 and up. That don't look, you know who that sound good for? Dr. Willie Wilson.
Yeah.
Right? And it sounds good for a bunch of that's white people.
Yeah.
Riis.
The Republican Paul.
Hey, oh, now Republican Paul. Hold on now.
He said it, I didn't. He said it, I did.
He said he was more Republican.
Hey, that sounds like this.
It does sound like Republican. You like Republicans anyway, so that shit got you.
Oh yeah. Well, I know, but you know, that's a curse to say.
Riis, so that just says to me. Well, let me back up, cause we know ain't the mayor's chance ain't with the old folks. With the black seniors maybe. But no, she ain't really. The mayor ain't gonna do it with the black seniors. Look, Riis, where she need the people to be. You know where the mayor needs the people to be for the vote to be good for her.
What, like in the 30s?
She needs the 25. Let me back up. I'm gonna show you the demographic. Let me pull it up, because this is what's this. So if we talking about voters, the mayor is not getting in the black community. 55 to 75, 55 and up equals at 20, 40, 60, 60% of the vote. So if 60% of the black vote is 55 and up, guess what, Riis? She toast. Because the old black people are voting for Willie Wilson.
Well, I can see them voting for Willie Wilson or her.
What about Brandon, though? He got the whole black family.
Who do?
Brandon. Like you, so now the black seniors got three choices.
Probably get more.
They got Willie Wilson, they got a black woman with a white wife, and then they got a whole black family. That boy good, you know they'll be like that boy. Hey baby, like he the kid at church that got the peppermints. They might have had some lint on the peppermint. The butterscotch used to always get the peppermint on. But Riis, them numbers don't seem too good for the mayor. And then we know The white folks, you know the old white folks ain't voting for it. Somebody on the live line? Somebody calling in. If you give us a call, 872-259-7474. Anybody running for office tomorrow, you can feel free to call in. If I don't like you, though, I might say something bad. No, I'm just joking. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What up?
Good morning, Maze. This is Tracy Bay.
This is Tracy Bay who run the house. What's up, Tracy Bay? How you feeling this morning? Candidate for the 4th Ward Alderman endorsed What's in It for the Black People candidate. Did you get your paper? Did you see it? You better get it and share it. Y'all,
Maze, I did get the paper. I did see it, but I want to clear something up real quick in my house.
Okay.
Cream runs my house, Maze. Cream runs the house, Maze. Cream.
The dog
runs the house, Maze.
Wait, she said Cree? The dog run the house?
Cree. The dog runs the house.
Oh, I see Tyrone. He be all tough, and then he be taking them cuddly ass. Man, if you don't get... I'm Tyrone Muhammad, ex-cons for community service. And then he'd be like, I'm going to shut you down. Hey, look at me and my little dog. Come here, little... I'd be like, dog, you killing your game. What's up, Tracy Bay? How you feeling this morning, darling? It's the final countdown. What's going on? Tell us what's cracking in the 4th Ward and where the victory party at? What's going on, sis?
Maze, thank you for that endorsement. I saw it in the paper. I was so happy. I was so ecstatic, and I was so thankful. And here in the 4th Ward, we're working. You know, we're touching the people. We're making the calls. We're doing the work. Man, it's that place where you get to when you can't sleep. You know, where you're up and you ready to get at it, but nobody else is up yet. And so you can't just yet. But yes, we're at the final countdown. It's exciting. You know, when I ran in 2015, the day of election, I told everybody it was actually the most fun I had in my life because it's so exciting. You're touching people, you're touching polls, people know your name. It's a good time, actually.
So, Tracy, tell us what you're seeing out there. Tell the people one more time why Tracy Bay is the best candidate for the 4th Ward Alderman.
You know, Maze, it's funny because, believe it or not, people are still showing up to the polls undecided on who they're going to vote for alderman, and even the mayor. There are several people at the early voting sites that walked out and was like, I'll come back because I'm not ready to punch for the mayor yet. And so it's exciting. And so to be able to sway them right there at the door and them to get to actually touch you is the dopest part. I'm running, Maeve, because this is a job of service. And I really, truly feel like that is forgotten about when you have all of these big endorsements and special interests. Whose voice are you going to be serving in city council when you get those? You are indebted to those people. Maeve, I don't understand why all these so important elected officials are looking to be in this race to endorse, a candidate. What is going on here? What is going on here that you all feel the need to come out in full force for an individual who has not even been present nor part of this community? It's problematic. It's questionable. We all need to be looking at that, and it's concerning, and it should be concerning to the city as a whole, because things don't happen in a silo, ward by ward. Things, work out this ward, this ward, this ward. So there's something going on here, just based on from what I can see. We had elected officials come out to an early voting site last week to push for an elected official, and none of their asses was at work. Working for the people, which they were elected to do. None of them was at work.
Oh, you crazy.
That's concerning, May, because when else are they not at work?
Oh, Tracy,
this is a job of service, and I know that people forget that. People forget that because what our expectations have not. We don't have much of an expectation, but I have an expectation of my elected officials, and I plan and I hold them accountable. And so, see that type of pandering, it's sad. It's sad. Really, it is.
Tracy, I only got a couple minutes because I'm about to wrap up the show. So tell people how they can support you, what they need to do. Tell them your website if they're still undecided. Tracy Bay, if you're undecided, check out the What's in It for the Black People Voters Guide. Tracy Bay is our endorsed candidate in the 4th Ward. Tracy, tell people why. Give them the elevator pitch as to why they need you to be the candidate. And then we need your punch number, website, all that good stuff.
Got you. I am Tracy Bay, and a vote for me is a vote for your voice for the 4th Ward, to be an advocate for each and every individual, to have the voice of community, to be at the table and to be heard, for responsible economic development, that we bring the things necessary to the ward that the community actually needs in that part of the ward, to have equitable educational opportunities, youth engagement opportunities, and comprehensive public safety. We have some concerns here, but we are still the great 4th Ward. Let's not get that twisted. No matter how people try to turn it and make it seem that, oh, it's the 4th Ward, it's so downtrodden. It's not. It's not. We've got some things we can do better, and I will do better as the alderperson for the 4th Ward for your voice. I am Tracy Bay. I will serve you. Each and every day I will be accessible and I will be a servant to this community. My password, my website is Bay, BEYFOR, the number 4TH, ward.com, and my punch number is 52. Punch 52 for Tracy Bay on Election Day. Thank you.
Hey, y'all, that is Tracy Bay, candidate for the 4th Ward alderman's position. Y'all get out there. Y'all support Tracy. She is on the front lines fighting for us all the time. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, ain't nobody up there, right? That's it. All right, y'all. Got to tell you, tomorrow is the big day, Election Day. So I'm going to be talking. We're going to broadcast live again from Obsidian. I think we're going to have an Election Day party. So, Cassandra, you probably got to get yourself together and get with Erica and all the team. But I guess we can't really be at Obsidian, be the political black organization, and not show the election returns, right? This is the central point for black politics. We hope to be the political hub for black politics, particularly independent black politics. So tomorrow we'll be here broadcasting live. If you want to join us for the morning show, you're more than welcome to come on down. We'll fill up the seats. We're going to have a good time. I'll be broadcasting on the stage. We'll encourage candidates to stop by, to call in. Then we'll be giving you the reports on where all the after parties are, where everything else is going on. I may even go through the What's in It for the Black People Voters Guide and break it down as to who, what, why, and what the debate was. You know, it's funny to me. This was a different year because this is the first time that I haven't done the What's in It for the Black People political voters guide on my own, right, where I had to take input from other people. But it is the evolution of our organization. I don't necessarily think that I always, how can I put this? We built this to be an organization not built around just one man. And so there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot that goes into collaboration. And so I'm just excited to see us continue to grow and continue to do our thing. I was going to go through the combinations because I really want to know who could beat who, right? So who could beat Paul Vallis? So who if it's the mayor, who can beat the mayor in an election? What candidates on the ballot do you think could actually beat the mayor? And I wanted tomorrow, maybe we'll go through what the runoff potentials could be and what we think those predictions are. Plus, we'll take your predictions on. We're not endorsing, but we will do predictions. So we want you to call in and tell us. Like, I want y'all tomorrow to think about tonight, because the social media question of the day will be, who do you think will be in the runoff? I already got the answer. I mean, I got the answer, but I already got the question. So I want y'all to think. And then what's the best combinations of the runoffs would you like to see? Like, who would you like to see duke it out the most? Like the mayor versus Brandon Johnson? The mayor versus Paul Vallis? Willie Wilson versus the mayor? Willie Wilson versus, like, what's the winning combination? And can somebody tell me what happened to Chuy Garcia and his coalition? Because he talk about
Brandon Johnson got him. What you talking about?
Hey, man, every single time he do a post, he be talking about, and they lifted at the legacy of Harold Washington. And every time I look at the pictures, it don't be no black people in none of them. None. Like zero, zippo, zilch. And if y'all check them out on Twitter, they have resorted to racial division. I don't know, man. It's like, I'll be honest with you, I'm ready to know who it's going to be. And I do think it's going to be quite unfair if they don't call the race tomorrow night. Riis, what if they told you you got to spend $100,000 a week, but you don't know if you're going to make it, and we ain't going to have the answers till another 2 weeks? What if you spend $200,000 and you be like, sorry, you didn't make the runoff? This early vote just seems like this vote by mail just seems like an opportunity to beat the system. But that's just me.
Should go mail in person. Should know that the same day. I only believe in runoffs. I'm kind of with the little. I believe that you vote one day. I don't care what it is.
It's always a It's a primary and
No,
it's a primary in a general election, Republican, Democrat, and then this one is you can vote in one day. If somebody get 50%,
yeah, but I'm saying like
you saying whoever just get the majority.
I'm just saying whoever get the majority of vote. That's clearly the majority of people want it. Then because now you got the majority of people just picking who. I don't care about neither one of them. You know, my candidate ain't one. So now you got people just picking people just because. So I believe that the person that accumulates the most votes should win that day, even if they only it's 11 candidates. If that person they got to get 8% of the votes, and that's what it took to win, or whatever it was, 9, 10, then that's our mayor.
Riis said no 2 bites at the apple.
No, we ain't got time for all that. We ain't got time for all that. Look, man, we need somebody that's ready to run our city. We got somebody. We got 2 people. Neither one of them know who gonna win. We gotta wait another month and a half or something like that. No, man. One vote. How you got people not going to go vote again?
Riis said, forget this democracy.
Now you don't want me to go vote again. You don't care about my schedule. You don't care about my time. Huh? You don't care. I voted already. I clearly told you who I wanted. Whether they were winning in the run, I clearly already told you who I wanted the first time I went to go vote. You finna make me go out there and vote again for the same election. Actually, have a double jeopardy on election. Like you cannot do it twice. One time. 11 I don't care if it's 26 candidates in there. Like whoever get 5%, if 5% won, the mayor.
Okay, hey, that's what Riis say. All I know is the rules that we got, and so I'm gonna figure this thing out. But I tell you what, I can't wait to whittle it down to know who to find. The final countdown till we got the other final countdown. So it's not final and it's final. But it's final and it's final. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm going to cut this thing early because I got to be up and I got work to do. So, for Maze Riis, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask Cassandra's here too. For Maze Riis, Cassandra Matz, for Big Swill, who's sleeping in the chair out there, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many